You're watching the Sunoco Minor League Cricket Championship, brought to you by our 2023 partners.
Hello and welcome to Church Street Park, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us on this fabulous Sunday afternoon. We're just about to get to that afternoon time. It's 11:55 here on the East Coast in Morrisville, North Carolina, and we're excited to bring you this live coverage of the 2023 Sunoco Minor League Cricket Championship. You can already hear the wind out and about. It's a quiet morning to start things off, but we'll get some fans trickling in sooner or later. We have the matchup between the Baltimore Orioles and the Morrisville Raptors. Today, remember, the Baltimore Orioles victorious in last night's affair between the two sides, and for them, they're going to look to go back-to-back here against the Morrisville Raptors. They're going to go two up early. The Morrisville Raptors will look to go to week two splitting points. This was a match scheduled for Friday, but due to the rain and weather, had to be pushed to Sunday, but not many clouds in the sky. Reminds me of Toy Story, the way the clouds are forming out there at the moment for the Baltimore Royals. If you look at the 11, it's a pretty unchanged 11 in that own right. A couple of changes in there, but you're going to look at guys like Keon Joseph, Paul Palmer, Omkar Zope, Aditya Bardwaj, Sarbjit Ladda, Jaskaran Malhotra in the 11 there. You obviously captaining the side. You'll see Ravi Inder Singh, Ahad Malik, Derval Green, Neo Navrekar, and Bipul Sharma all scheduled to be a part of this playing 11. You can see the opening pair right now making their way out into the middle. That opening pair featuring the captain, as aforementioned, Jaskaran Malhotra and Neo Navrekar, but also for the Morrisville Raptors on that side, as she's the opening pair walking out. The Morrisville Raptors, they'll feature a pretty similar 11. A couple of changes, though. Trayvon Griffith and Notkan Daswamy both still remain in that opening spot. Ryan Wiggins, though, he's in the one-down spot for Rohan Fudke. Sarnam Patel in for Sanjay Stanley. Dane Pete, the captain, he'll bat there. Mohamed Abdullah Shah, he'll come in with the gloves for Franklin Clement. And then Abhiram Bolasetti, he'll have the ball in hand. He's back in the 11. Aditya Padala in the 11 as well. You'll also see Aditya Gupta for the first time for the Morrisville Raptors, in for Kartiki Jagdish, the leg spinner who's a reserve on the USA Under-19 squad at the moment. Rashesh Bashera and Everoy Dyer rounding out that 11. So just a couple of changes, but another big change is that the Morrisville Raptors, they'll be bowling first. That's going to be the biggest thing. They're going to chase today. Remember, the Baltimore Royals chased yesterday and found success under the headlights. And so they're going to now have to go out there and set that total. Looks like Everoy Dyer is going to be opening the bowling. I'm Owen Patel. I'll soon be joined by Jay Elhans here in a second. He's got a couple of social media things to get out of the way. No Nate Hayes, unfortunately, a family man. Nate, he's got some other commitments due to that schedule being changed, unable to make it out for today's match. We know Nate will be tuning in and watching. We appreciate all of you guys for tuning in and watching. Everett Dyer yesterday, he'll have a day he might want to forget. Wasn't a day that he necessarily would have enjoyed. Started well early on. Talk about the wickets he took. The wicket early of Rithvik Behera, who opened the batting yesterday for the Baltimore Royals. That's a huge wicket for them. But when we talk about the Morrisville Raptors, they took wickets early, but they allowed Jaskar Malhotra, they allowed Ahad Malik to really settle in, dial in their innings. And I'm interested to see how the wicket plays today. Very hot, very dry out there in the middle, so maybe some cracking. We'll see if it helps the spinners. It was a good deck for the spinners yesterday anyway, so we'll see how this plays on in today's matchup. A slip in place for Dyer. We saw him get two straight at times for the Morrisville Raptors yesterday, but they have a deep square leg, and they have a man sitting out there at deep third man as well. So those are two fielders outside the circle in the power play. On the leg side, just the man behind square inside the circle and the man at mid-on. Let's see what it goes. First ball starts well, does Everoy Dyer. Now, for those of you unfamiliar with Everoy Dyer, someone who played a lot in Atlanta the past 2 years, was part of the Atlanta Fire last season, a successful player for the Atlanta Fire, but found a new home here in Morrisville. I think it's a good signing for them, especially with the losses of pace bowlers that they faced, to get Everoy Dyer in the setup. Not a bad move by Dane Pete and the Raptors organization. Again, starting on that hard length we saw him work a lot with yesterday. First runs will come for the Baltimore Royals, and will bring out Jaskaran Malhotra on to strike. Remember, Jaskaran with the well-made 50 yesterday, caught up with him a little bit before the game. So I'm about, hey, I wasn't struggling yesterday, I was just playing myself in, and he absolutely was. Told him, no, you played very smart cricket. Unable to play the shots that maybe we're accustomed to seeing of a Jaskaran Malhotra, but he just played to the situation, really smart. Someone who'll be looking to get back into that USA setup come the World Cup in 2024. Looks for the big pull shot straight away. It's a shot that Jaskaran likes to play. And with the way Everett Dyer bowls, I have to imagine that's going to be the only time we see him play that shot. Getting two balls up here in this over. Hits the deck hard. Got a little bit of away movement there, did Dyer just come over. We saw movement on the wicket yesterday. There's still a little bit of green grass there, so could still favor that sideways movement. This time on a length again, pushed into third man, and he'll beat the man inside the ring, and they'll go get two. And was it a no ball as well? Looks like that's what the umpire's signaling. Think he overstepped? Yeah, he did. It's going to be a no ball and a free hit, and don't need to give Jaskar Malhotra a license to do that. It's going to be fair game for him. Again, saw struggles with the no balls and the extras yesterday from Everroy Dyer. Those struggles continuing into today's match, and not something you're going to want to see if you're a Raptors fan looking to avoid going two down. Here we go, free hit, Jaskar Malhotra. Big swing, straight down the ground. We'll see if it beats the fielder. It will. It's going to be forward all the way long. It was hit very, very straight on that length and just helps it on its way. It's a good way for Jaskar Malhotra to get his first boundary earlier on in his innings than it was. Big swing, straight down the ground. We'll see if it beats the fielder. It will. It's going to be forward all the way long. It was hit very, very straight. Start here for the Baltimore Royals. This one pulled away. Will it beat the man out in the deep? Yeah, no, it won't. Really good work. They're going to push for two, and they'll get it. Again, it's going to be key here. We saw running was a huge factor. Good work out in the deep by Aditya Badala, but the running was so important in yesterday's match. And so we're going to expect to see a lot of that. One ball left here in this first over. Can Dyer finish off well? Jaskar Malhotra looks to be getting some real rhythm. Oh, this one's beat everything, and he's walking. He's walking away. It's going to be the first wicket. I don't think the umpire has put up his finger yet, but Jaskar Malhotra didn't even look back to see if the umpire was going to lift it. It's a good ball there. Good return from Everroy Dyer. Hit the hard and just got it to move away on a length and catches the brief outside edge. Again, take another look at this. Best ball of the day by far. What he was trying to do with every single delivery. And Mohamed Abdullah Shah, you can see him in the back. He's pumped up. That's his first catch as a wicketkeeper for the Morrisville Raptors. That'll conclude that first over. The Royals are 10 for 1.
Welcome to Dallas. हमारे मोहल्ले में आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है.
बहुत शुक्रिया. Please.
अरे, आप भी समोसे?
You will love these samosa. सुना है मार्केट में नए आए हैं.
ओए नए शे हम नहीं खाते हुए.
नए माने?
वो लक्ष्मी है ना?
लक्ष्मी के फ्रोजन समोसे?
जी हाँ, ऑथेंटिक पंजाबी टेस्ट वाले.
एक समोसा और.
आपको नए वाले तो खाने नहीं थे?
ओ यार, ये तो लक्ष्मी है ना.
Introducing Lakshmi Frozen Samosa range.
So welcome back to Church Street Park. I'm Om Patel, as aforementioned, and I'm joined by Jay Elhans, the man who's following this Baltimore Royals team. And you would have followed also Dane Pete in 2021. He's got the ball in hand, and it's Neven Overiker seeing his first delivery of the over. So Jay, the Baltimore Royals team you're with, they won yesterday. What's the vibe like with that team after getting that first win in minor league cricket?
Well, the vibe's amazing. You know, it's always great to start off a tournament, a big tournament, with a win. As this one's wrapped him on the pads. The umpire, though, remaining unmoved. But yeah, it's great to start off with a win in the tournament, especially against the Morrisville Raptors. You know, also a really good side, doing extremely well last year.
And again, it's a windy day here in Morrisville, North Carolina. Tents flying. I'm sure we'll see some of the advertising boards here fly here in the 2023 Sunoco Minor League Cricket Championship. This one, though, hit up in the air, and you're going to want to see a lot more of that if you're the Baltimore Royals. It's a 4 for Neo Navrekar. Didn't get off to the strongest start yesterday, but he's found a boundary very quickly today.
Absolutely, and Narvekar, a promotion for him now, opening the batting in the absence of Ritvik Behra, who has a back spasm, so he'll be out today, and Narvekar here at the top making full use. We have a look at that shot again. Piercing that gap there in the power play. No chance for the man in the deep.
Dane Pete was especially good yesterday, but wasn't able to find a wicket. It felt like that was to the ploy of the Baltimore Orioles. Felt like they identified him early as a guy they don't want to lose wickets to, saw him as a wicket-taking option, and said, we're just going to go be happy with 5 runs and over from Dane. As long as we don't lose those wickets. Again, pushed into the onside. So no Ritvik Behera today. We get to see Neil up the order. We also get to see Ravinder Singh up there as well. He's someone you mentioned, Jay. You've seen him a lot. 2021, one of the leading run scorers. What can you tell me about him?
Yeah, Ravinder not able to get going yesterday, but he's a really prolific run scorer. Especially we saw that in 2021 as one of the leading run scorers, as you said. And he's a guy that if he gets set, he can really go on to hit that big score, whether that be that 70, 80, that match-winning score. And he's someone who can also anchor the innings, but also then be a bit versatile, switch gears, and go for shots as well.
Well, that'll end the second over. It's 15 for 1.
What's up, Doug? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
So we welcome you back to Church Street Park as we see a change in the bowling for the Morrisville Raptors. It'll be Trayvon Griffith now with the ball in hand. And he'll go wide. It's beat Abdullah Shah, who's keeping wicket, and he'll go all the way to the boundary for 4. So good way for the Baltimore Orioles to get the runs flowing here at Church Street Park. Trayvon Griffith strays down the leg side, gives up 5 wides.
Absolutely, we have a look at that again. Not exactly getting bad on that sweep, but they'll take the 5 runs. 20 for 1 now after 2 overs, so going very strong here, the Royals, as that's driven through the offside. And just keeping it down to the single, that man in the deep.
Yeah, and I think the interesting thing is you have, a couple lefties here, and so maybe you will see a little bit more off spin early on. A lot of Dane Pete, a lot of Trayvon Griffith. Also another thing to watch out for, the wicketkeeper for the Morrisville Raptors. It's Muhammad Abdullah Shah today, not Franklin Clement. So Muhammad Abdullah Shah, not ordinarily a keeper. You usually see him chasing things down in the outfield, but he's a terrific fielder, great hands. So I think you're going to see him have an adjustment period in his own right as this one's pushed again for no run. And I think if you're the Morrisville Raptors, you'll feel very happy able to sneak a couple of overs of Trayvon Griffith in there and save some of your pacers later on. Don't have to use them as much, especially on a wicket that seems to be favoring spin.
Yeah, and as you said, with that off spin, the 2 lefties out there right now. And we have a look at the rest of this order as well. The likes of Ahad Malik to come as well. As he just looks to cut this one away. But Ahad Malik, Derval Green, Paul Palmer. So some really good batsmen in there who you'd really want to save your pacers for towards the back end.
You can see it here for Trayvon Griffith. I think he's found the length he's wanting to bowl. He seems to be bowling quicker, much different to the way Dane Pete's bowling. Dane giving a little bit more flight usually, but Trayvon Griffith, he's just been flat today. He's trying to just rush it on to the left-handers, the way, similar to the way he got out yesterday, trying to turn one into the leg side, found a leading edge. And this one just fended away to close out the third over. At the end of 3, it's 22 for 1. Well, we welcome you back to Church Street Park here, and again, we're here at the 2023 Sunoco Minor League Cricket Championship, and we're going to get to see Aditya Padala, who's a star for the Raptors in 2022 with ball in hand. You know, took wickets in the power play at the end, in the middle, was really just a wicket-taking option, but take wickets for the likes of, of Rakeem Cornwall. Didn't really matter who was at the other end, but the one thing that suited him a lot was when the wicketkeeper could come up to the stumps and keep the batter rooted in his place. With Mohammad Abdullah Shah keeping wicket, not sure he's going to come up there. We also saw, him able to take wickets at the back end for the Raptors against the Royals. So I'm interested to see how these two left-handers take on the left-handed Padala.
Yes, that one's just flicked away through the leg side for that single. We're still in the power play with just the 2 fielders allowed outside the circle, so the Royals, they will want to take some risks. Going at just over 7 and over at the moment.
Yeah, and what we saw yesterday was quite interesting. 2 different power plays, or pretty similar power plays apart from the wickets. The Raptors obviously getting to 53 without loss. And then you saw the Royals as this one was going to get one. A little slip there for Adi Gupta, third man. But you'll see, the Royals yesterday, they got to 50 for the loss of 2 wickets. So a pretty similar power play just apart from the wicket. So it doesn't seem like the wicket changes too much though, because 100 runs after the power play for each side yesterday. And it was a wicket where in a ground the day. But again, if the way we're starting out here, it's a single double game at the moment, Jay.
Yeah, single double game indeed. Not really looking to take too many risks here at the moment of the Royals. And at Church Street Park, a good outfield here, so the ball does travel quickly even if you don't take too many risks.
Well, there's a risk in itself. He's gone over the top, really, with the fielders inside. No risk, but a really nice shot that. It's going to be 4 runs on the up, that drive. We've seen a lot of it over the past couple of days from the left-handers being able to get over the top. And Neo Novrekar says, I'm stamping my authority on an innings.
Yeah, Narvekar here really getting a chance to express himself. As we have a look at that one again. Saw it outside off, hits it over the infield. And once it's over those fielders there, that's going to be a boundary all day long.
So I guess that boundary in the over here takes a lot of the pressure off, especially with the singles flowing from the other end. And this one beats Adi Gupta inside the ring. It'll be 4. It was very thin edge, very fine. Not sure many fielders at third man could have done much with it, but he gets 4 runs. And on that delivery, we saw the keeper come up to the stumps, try to keep the batter rooted in his crease, but beats everybody there. Seemed pretty intentional as well.
Yeah, it's beautifully played. He's pierced that gap really well between the keeper and short third man. Has Narvekar, so we saw one powerful shot over the offside, and this one just a touch of class.
And that's prompted a change in the field. Deep point comes inside the ring for third, and his third man takes a step back, and I think that's because of Mohammad Abdullah Shah up to the stumps. But Navrekar, 10 runs already, and this one interesting how it got up that high. I'm not sure where that came off of. I think it came off the pad of Mohamed Abdullah Shah at some point, but not sure if it found a little bit of the bat on the way through. No, given his buys, so saying just off the pads, and that's why you can see the frustration from Mohamed Abdullah Shah. That'll end the fourth over, 34 for 1.
Took that last corner pretty quick.
Sir, I need one hand on the roof, one hand on the pump.
Timeout for Sunoco Go Rewards.
Keep pumping.
With new Sunoco Go Rewards, when you fuel, you save, because rewards come first.
We apologize for that little bit of technical difficulties there. We appreciate you guys joining us here at Church Street Park. And again, this over started the same way Trayvon Griffith's last over started, with 5 wides. And he's going to want to get rid of those extras because we saw them hurt both teams yesterday. Trayvon Griffith was really good for the Royals, for the Raptors yesterday with the bat in hand. Bulled just an over with the ball, but we've seen more of him today with the ball in hand. Has just been expensive because of those 2 5 wides that he's drifted down the leg side. This one just a little dab into the offside. No run on offer, but the Royals had to be happy, Jay. 40 runs already on the board and still an over to go in this power play.
Yeah, absolutely. Going at a good rate here are the Royals, especially with those boundaries in the last over. This one, though, it's gone up in the air, and the catch has been taken as well. So there's the wicket. Now we were just saying how the Royals will be happy with that, and commentators curse at its finest, perhaps, someone.
Yeah, commentators curse indeed, and he's going to be really disappointed at himself there. That one from Navrekar, it was a low full toss. They just looked to sweep and just caught the top edge. Take a look at this. It's a low full toss that's headed down the leg side, and it just found the back half of his bat. Rashesh Behera standing there at third man, who played in the DC franchise last season. Well, he takes the catch and brings it along the second wicket for the Morrisville Raptors, and the end of Neo Navrekar. So interestingly enough, they're another 2-wicket power play already here for the Royals. Lost 2 wickets, but it seems like they're on track to make those 50 runs. So I'm intrigued though. Neo Navrekar was the one who had found rhythm, was getting things going, and so we'll see what the Royals have in store here. Who's going to come alongside Ravi Inder Singh? Mentioned Trayvon Griffith, maybe you would say most expensive of the lot so far, but he's broken through with that wicket. Aditya Badala, of course, 11 runs going that previous over, but Griffith, apart from those extras, has been really good. And now I think this is going to be the key, right? The Raptors, 2 wickets yesterday, then struggled to find that third wicket. Waited to almost the end of the game to find that third. They're going to want to find it quicker today, and it brings along the likes of Omkar Zope. Jay, the under 19 coming in here at the 4 spot. And he's had an interesting tale to get here, apparently. You told the story of how, of the drive he took just to get here this morning?
Yeah, driving down from Philadelphia, started at 4:30 a.m. this morning. And about a 6-hour drive as he got to the ground this morning to play here against the Morrisville Raptors.
Let's hope it's worth it for him. Well, good sound off the bat to end the 5th over. It's 41 for 2.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस। इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट में क्या खूब खिले। हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
Everroy Dyer to come back here at Church Street Park. And for Everroy Dyer, he's going to be happy with the wicket he took of Jessica Merlother. You're going to talk about that as one of the balls of the weekend. Really a perfect delivery, that one, pitching on stumps on a hard length, but was a touch expensive with the no ball, the 4 he gave up. Before the Royals, plenty of batting still to come, Jay. You still have Ravinder in the middle, and then yesterday we saw the likes of Derville Green get going, Ahad Malik, as you mentioned. So you won't fear too much, and with drives like that, you won't fear at all. That's a brilliant cover drive. We saw one of those yesterday. This one might be even better. 4 runs.
And that's the class which Ravinder Singh possesses. He's so good there with that cover drive. As we have a look at that again, a shot of pure class there. You cannot hit a better cover drive than that.
Yeah, that's brilliant. That is, and again, everyone loves to compare cover drives. Who has the best cover drive in the world? That he's making an argument he's got the best cover drive in minor league cricket at the moment. Pure class, as you mentioned. Dyer too full, too wide that time. Prompted the change of angle. Nearly had a straight drive down the ground as well, but you can see the 34-year-old getting down and dirty with that one. Dyer showing that even with the age, still athletic as ever.
And we have a look at Zope here, who's at the non-striker's end, coming ahead of Ahad Malik, and that could be perhaps because Morrisville are playing with those off spinners from both ends. Now the fast bowler though. But looking with that right-left combination, this one though, it's gone a long way over. Ravinder Singh, you cannot bowl short to him. That is a massive hit.
Massive hit indeed. Again, we've seen Everroy Dyer like to go on the length, just gets too short and just sat up, asked to be hit, and Ravinder Singh did the rest. There was a deep square leg fielder there, but he had really no chance to get that one hit massively over the leg side. A massive 6, and we've seen this out of Everroy Dyer overs. Tend to get expensive when one boundary hits, the other one follows. This one, oh my goodness, it's over covers again. Tried the slower one, got too full, and we talked about the traditional cover drive. This one, lofted cover drive, first 6, no better sight.
Oh, Ravinder here, last over of the power play, and he is making full use of that. What a shot that is.
Can just pick the length early, and struggling with the length here is Everroy Dyer. He's propped one too full, then went too short, now is back to being too full. Struggling here, and it's prompted him to go back over the wicket, try to change the angle again. Again, he's going to want to end how he did his first over with the wicket. And it just worked into the leg side. It's smart batting to finish out the power play. A good way to close it for the Baltimore Orioles. At the end of it, it's 58 for 2.
Welcome to Dallas. हमारे मोहल्ले में आपका बहुत स्वागत है।
बहुत शुक्रिया, please.
अरे, आप भी समोसे?
You will love these samosa. सुना है मार्केट में नए आए हैं।
ओए नए शे हम नहीं खाते हुए।
नए माने?
वो लक्ष्मी है ना?
लक्ष्मी के फ्रोजन समोसे?
जी हाँ, ऑथेंटिक पंजाबी टेस्ट वाले।
एक समोसा और
आपको नए वाले तो खाने नहीं थे?
यार ये तो लक्ष्मी है ना।
Introducing Lakshmi Frozen Samosa range.
Well, here at Church Street Park, the Morrisville Raptors are going to need to refuel on some Lakshmi rice because it's been all gas for the Baltimore Royals. And the answer the Raptors have gone with or elected to prompt for is Dane Pete, the captain, coming back in for another over. Just went for 5 in his first. And with the left-hander going well, they're trying to just change the angle up on him, and he'll bring back Zope. And we've seen Dane Pete be very effective against right-handers in minor league cricket. We'll see if he can continue to be effective. Again, very, very windy here. You can see the big gusts that'll come by every now and again through the shirts of the players or the trees hanging in the back. Or maybe just hear it through the microphone. This one looked to cut was Zope, and this man who is a multi-sport athlete, plays baseball as a pitcher, outfielder. So I'm sure he's going to want to let one of those big baseball swings go at some point, but Dane keeping things in control here, and I think it's very smart from the youngster, Zope, to just see himself in. There it is, up in the air, just going to be one out to the man out in the deep. Just for Dane Pete, going to get another crack at the left-hander, and that's the wicket they're going to want here with the Morrisville Raptors. Just one ball left in this 7th over. And I'm just curious to see how Dane Pete elects to bowl to Ravinder Singh. Short in the air, fielders in place, but it's going to beat him. It's one bounce over the rope for 4. It was well placed. There was 2 fielders there, bisected him, and a great way to finish the 7th over for the Baltimore Royals at 64 for 2. Again, just take another look. It was short, pulled away, and just beat the fielder out there. D mid-wicket, a great way again for Ravinder Singh to end it. 64 for 2.
What's up, Doug? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
Well, back at Church Street Park, it's Aditya Gupta, a man from Morrisville, North Carolina, who starts off with a full toss. Zope gets it and gets all of it. Was there an opportunity out there in the deep? We're going to want to take another look at that. It looked like the fielder had an opportunity to send it back. Would have been tough the whole way through. Just take a second look. It was an absolute full toss. He has it in his hands, just unable to toss it back up. So not the way Adi Gupta would have wanted to start that over off. Again, a full toss, and now it's 4 straight back down the ground. Excuse me, just the 1. Fielder in place to keep it to just 1. But not the way he would have wanted to start this over off. Adi Gupta with that 6. Full toss, and Zope, we talked about the baseball background, looked like he was sending one out to left field, and just beat that left fielder, outfielder over the wall. Went to the left, tucked into the leg side for a single, and could have been two. Really a relaxed effort out there in the deep. But we mentioned Adi Gupta, part of the under-19 team, a reserve on that under-19 team for this cycle in 2023. Struck nearly every 2 overs in his 9 innings, and you think about that economy rate that featured a flurry of sixes from the current captain, the current T20 captain of the West Indies. So this is a talented young fellow. You can see the spin on offer to close out the 8th over. The Baltimore Orioles, they get their 6th though from it. It's 74 for 2. Well, Dane Pete back into the attack for the Morrisville Raptors, continuing on, and again, still haven't seen the pace bowling of Abhiram Bolasetti or Rashesh Behera, who featured yesterday, each of whom bowled decently well, so surprised to not have seen those two bowl as of late, but they've gone spin heavy. And I think it's just with all the left-handers, this one is pushed through the covers, at least one on offer, and they only gonna get one. It's a Raptors team that prides themselves on their fielding, even though we talk about that 6 that could have been stopped and saved, still taken in the end, just unable to throw it back, which is always a hard play to do. But Omkar Zopit, a 6 for his name. There's that big swing, is gonna find the inside edge of the bat and run off for 1. And just 1. But you can see the intent from the young man. He wants to go and free his arms, fire the hips through the line of the ball, and go over cow corner, and maybe something to watch for teams that play Baltimore and Omkar Zopit, to stack that mid-wicket and cow corner area. As this one is crunched through the offside. And just going to be 1. Unable to find those 2s at the moment, something that was a trademark of the Royals yesterday. Thinking about the way Ahad Malik ran the innings. And, this feels like a wicket where you're going to need one player to bat pretty deep. For the Raptors yesterday, it was Trayvon Griffith. For the Royals, I think Jasker Malhotra and Ahad Malik. As this one is cut away through the offside. And they'll find one off a deflection, unable to stop that one and keep it to none. Again, the sloppiness kind of rolling through a little bit as that closes out a quick 9th over, 78 for 2.
Took that last corner pretty quick.
Sir, I need one hand on the roof, one hand on the pump.
Timeout for Sunoco Go Rewards.
Keep pumping.
With new Sunoco Go rewards, when you fuel, you save, because rewards come first.
It's Aditya Gupta with the second over. Apart from that 6, you're going to talk about a good over in his own right, and with that 6 having the possibility of being a wicket ball too, you'll take that first. This one aerial, no man inside the ring on the leg side. So they'll go ahead and take that single, and this is the matchup as JL Hans joins me back here in the box. Aditya Gupta bowling to the left-handed Ravinder Singh, who is taking a liking now, found the rhythm, 30 from 22.
Yeah, consisting of 2 boundaries, 2 maximums as well. So looking good out in the middle.
Good delivery that from Aditya Gupta. And as you mentioned, though, Ravinder Singh, apart from that one big over that he's played, he's just looked, you know, in that Jaskar Malhotra type of mindset where it was just carry myself through the innings, make sure we don't lose wickets, and then at the end we have the batting that can explode at the end. So just anchoring that innings, as you mentioned, that he can do. As this one's into the leg side, and again, you've seen the big swipes at it from Omkar Zope, so it's good to see that out of a youngster. You know, doesn't feel timid. It seems feels very confident in what he's doing, the way he's attacking the bowlers, not letting the bowlers come to him, but just keeping things in front of him. Oh, it's an absolute full toss. It's gonna feel like he's missed out there. Ravinder Singh, oh, this could be a run out. No, it won't be. The call came in quick enough, but this one thrown straight up into the air, and it's given a no ball on height from the umpire, I believe Alvin Barnett, on that side of the wicket. So it'll be a free hit for Omkar Zope. We've already seen his ability to strike the long ball here, Jay.
Yeah, and this could just give him even more confidence here. He's got a free hit at it. Steps down the track, looking for that big shot. And he's hit it out to the man in the deep though. Just the free hit, so just a single with that.
Well, if you're Aditya Gupta, you're going to feel disappointed twice because you had him hit to that same fielder in the first ball of the previous over. Taken, but stepped over the rope. And then this time, taken, but it's a free hit. It's a good ball. They're seeing a very wide delivery, that one well outside the line there, and 1 ball left here in this 10th over. Meets it on the full and works it into the leg side for 1. So at the halfway stage of this first innings, the Baltimore Royals, they're 85 for 2.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस, इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले। हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
Welcome back to Church Street Park here in this 2023 Sunoco Minor League Cricket Championship. Pleasure to bring you coverage from Church Street Park. I'm Owen Patel, joined by Jay Alhans. Jay, halfway stage of the innings, Baltimore Royals 85 for 2. What do you think the Royals would have thought coming into the match at this stage?
Got some big hitters to come. Ahad Malik, he was in such good form yesterday. He's still there. Paul Palmer, Bipul Sharma, he can hit the long ball. So still with that batting to come, I think they'd be happy at this stage.
Yeah, I'd agree with you. I think the first half has to belong to the Baltimore Royals. We'll see some pace, and not in the form of Everroy Dyer, however, be in the form of Abhiram Bolasetti, who bowled well yesterday. I think for a lot of people coming into yesterday, 44 wide through his 17 innings was going to be the biggest question. But you talk about the way he played in yesterday's match, you would feel very confident and comfortable giving him the ball in the spots where he was able to bowl at a really, really high level. You talk about what he did in his 3 overs, 24 runs, didn't get a wicket, but still looked very good. Also took a brilliant catch out in the deep. So giving the ball to this left-handed Ravinder Singh. And starts on his legs, big shout for it. That's a really good ball that Abhiram looked to be a rather quick delivery too. It seemed to have rushed Ravinder Singh. This is a good start for the youngster.
Yeah, and Bolasetti's really good with his Yorkers, as we've seen over the last couple of years. And getting one right there to Ravinder.
And again, I think for the Morrisville Raptors, another thing to look at is this is a team that's going to be built on a lot of youngsters, building up those youngsters. We saw yesterday, Aditya Badala and Abhiram Bolasetti bowling the bulk of the death, and it seems like that's going to be something that happens today as well. And if you're a fan of Morrisville cricket, you'll be very happy with that. And to see where this young man could go. Oh, this one though, Omkar Zopes got onto it. Has he cleared it? No. He hasn't. It is the wicket. It's Abhiram Bolasetti's first wicket in minor league cricket 2023. And Omkar Zope, he's got to go.
Yeah, youngster gets youngster there, and Zope, he had a good hit on that. See that again. Bolasetti going short, backing himself, Zope. But hits it out to that man in the deep. Taking a good catch. So the third wicket now down. Bolasetti breaking this partnership, which was looking good. And a much needed wicket that for Morrisville.
Yeah, big wicket indeed, and again going to give a lot of confidence to Abhiram Bolasetti, and I don't think it's the man they would have wanted in the sense of the main wicket is Ravinder Singh, but you can take wickets around, especially the way Omkar Zope was playing. If he was to stick in for a little bit longer, you felt like he was going to find the middle of the bat more often than not, but it's a good ball there. He's bowling to his field. I think a lot of people would say, well, that one just kind of got a little bit lucky. Maybe you could say like he didn't connect fully on that, but he had a fielder in place for that delivery. So this is a youngster who is now 3 years in minor league cricket, and he's starting to find, I think, his footing. Dane Pete has given him a lot of confidence, have a lot of conversations with Abhiram, and I think he's also lived life. I think that's something for me and you, Jay. We're still living life. You're still in high school, out, still in college right now, and people always say just got to live life, experience things, and Abhiram since last season gone to college, has had a year of just meeting new people, seeing new things, and I think the maturity of that and also the maturity of your cricket, understanding what you want to do with it, seeing Major League Cricket happen, obviously invited to the Combine, was not drafted, but it's all the maturity that leads to just growth as he takes a wide there.
Yeah, and the new batsman now, Ahad Malik, striding out to the middle. With the man of the match for yesterday, 71 from just 50 deliveries. Completely took the game away, a game changer there. And would be looking to do the same here. Just leaving that one alone. Yesterday he came in a bit of a tricky situation, 32 for 2. The Baltimore Royals were today, though. Much better situation for him, 87 for 3. Still got half the innings left, so you've got some time to settle in. You've got batting to come as well.
Yeah, we'll see what he's able to do today. He was, like you mentioned, very, very good yesterday. Hard runner. We'll see if that continues in the heat today. And again, I think they'll be looking. Oh, look at this from the Morrisville Raptors. Again, we saw a lot direct hits and attacking the Baltimore Royals runners and batters. But as you mentioned with Ahad Malik, this is a man you don't want to miss out on seeing, because he showed his ability very early. Moved from the West Coast, played for Hollywood last season, now here with the Baltimore Royals, and put an impact straight away. So he's going to be very happy with that. And the Royals are going to feel very confident with these two lefties in the middle. Oh, and a good delivery that from Abiram Bolasetti. He's bowling well at the moment. This one hits that hard length, just moves slightly away from Ahad Malik, and these are good signs for the Morrisville Raptors.
Yeah, whizzing past the outside edge there, that one. And with both these lefties there, we'll just have a look at that delivery again, though. Yeah, what a ball that from Bolasetti. But with the two left-handers out, we could well see Dane Pete come in for his last over.
This one, aerial over cover, is going to be short of any fielder, and they're going to come back for two, and they'll get two in the end. It's really good work there from the Baltimore Orioles to get those two. The Raptors, they'll be happy get with the wicket in that over. Didn't give up many. The end of 11, it's 89 for 3.
Welcome to Dallas. हमारे मोहल्ले में आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है.
बहुत शुक्रिया, please.
अरे आप भी समोसे?
You will love these samosa. सुना है मार्केट में नए आए हैं.
ओए नए शे हम नहीं खाते हुए.
नए माने?
वो लक्ष्मी है ना?
लक्ष्मी के फ्रोजन समोसे?
जी हाँ, ऑथेंटिक पंजाबी टेस्ट वाले.
एक समोसा और.
आपको नए वाले तो खाने नहीं थे?
ओ यार, ये तो लक्ष्मी है ना.
Introducing Lakshmi Frozen Samosa range.
This one in the air and put down. It was a chance. It was a chance. Going to be disappointed in himself there out in the deep. Trayvon Griffith thought he had his man as we enter this 12th over. It was sitting there. It was there to be taken and put down. How costly is that drop of Ravinder Singh going to prove for the Morrisville Raptors?
Yeah, huge wicket that would have been. Running to his left, he got there, had it in his hands, but spilled it there in the end.
Well, this one's cut away through the covers. It's just going to be one. I believe that's Abiram Bolasetti out there in the deep. After a brilliant over, puts down a wicket.
And this is the partnership for the Baltimore Royals. Ravinder Singh looking good out there. Malik did so well yesterday.
Reaching out and gets that one into the gap. An unorthodox stroke for 4, but he'll get it nonetheless. 4 runs.
And he's found the gap really well there as Ravinder. Between those two fielders.
Ahad Malik going to be Ravinder Singh going to be happy with that one. As there's a dot through.
Oh, and this time goes aerial and just out to the man in the deep though, so that's single taken by Ravinder. And that'll get Malik back on strike. Now if this partnership can really get back to that after this ball, which is just nudged away into the leg side, but if this partnership can really get them through to that 15th, 16th over, then with the big hitters to come, Baltimore could very much look for a huge 170, 180 plus total here. Perhaps even more.
What's up, Doug? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
Well, that's an excellent shot for 6 as we rejoin. We mentioned Dane Pete could come in because of the left-handers. But take a look at this shot here. Just opens himself up. We saw him play a lofted cover drive yesterday. Does it once again to Dane Pete. Really, really special shot. And just ball striking from Ahad Malik today. This one, though, up in the air, should be taken. Fielders in place, and no mistake this time. Ahad Malik goes, it's 6 and out. Abiram Bolasedi rights the wrongs for the drop in the previous over. And the Morrisville Raptors, they'll claim wicket number 4. Again, just take a look at this. Try to repeat that same shot. Just unable to get onto it. Abiram Bolasedi this time able to settle underneath it. Celebrations diminished because of the drop in that previous over, but they'll be happy to take that wicket there. Dane Pete and his men just trying to regroup, keep the Baltimore Royals under 170, and they'll be happy with that, taking the wicket of Ahad Malik, getting batters who maybe haven't played here yet out into the middle. And for the Baltimore Royals, still Ravi Inder Singh, who's quietly made his way to 42. But again, that wicket of Ahad Malik, really, really important. In the context of the game, we know he can take the game over. Jay, and for the Baltimore Royals, leads them to a new batter into the middle, trying to reset, and it looks like Paul Palmer has found his way out into the middle, coming over from the New Jersey Stallions. He's a good find for the Baltimore Royals as they head into the Southern Division. But another lefty for Dane Pete to bowl. That would have been interesting to see if they would have gone maybe a Derville Green just to throw a righty at Dane Pete.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, keep that right-left combination. And they've decided to go with 2 lefties. We'll have to see if this risk is to play off. That's a huge appeal there.
I think the call is saying that it was pad first is what Dane is trying to employ. Umpire Rahul Partwardhan unmoved by that. You can see a little bit of a exchange, a conversation afterwards. This one, that one definitely came off of the bat a little bit as well. And so it's a good start for Dane Pete. We'll take a look at that previous one. You can see the appeal says no, and then that little conversation here saying, was there bat first? I think that's probably the question, or maybe was it outside the line? Oh, left alone, real test match batting that, leaving it after coming forward. This is a good stint here from Dane Pete to close out his innings. And again, would have been interesting to see if they go right-handed just to throw something different at the Raptors captain, but lets him settle in to the left-handers and closes out that 13th over in a good way. A wicket falls in it, and just 6 runs to speak of from the over. 105 for 4.
Took that last corner pretty quick.
Sir, I need 1 hand on the roof, 1 hand on the pump.
Timeout for Sunoco Go Rewards.
Keep pumping.
With new Sunoco Go rewards, when you fuel, you save because rewards come first.
So back here at Church Street Park for the 2023 Sunoco Minor League Cricket Championship. Abhiram Bolasetti, a change event for him, Jay. He's bowling from the Cedar Fork end of the ground now. And he'll be bowling in to the left-handed Ravinder Singh, who's quietly moved to 42. But a couple of wickets in the previous couple of overs have just changed the game up a little bit for the Raptors. Again, tucked into the leg side. It's good bowling again for the Raptors. But with 7 overs left here, Jay, what are the Baltimore Orioles looking at?
Well, I think they've definitely got to look to build a partnership here, getting them into the death overs. You know, you have the batting to come, as we mentioned, with Derval Green as well. Vipul Sharma in the side. You've got the young Adi Bharadwaj as well, the under-19 player. So with all those options, I think if this partnership here, Ravinder and Paul Palmer, if they can take them to, say, the about 16th over, 16th, 17th over, then they can really look to start hitting from there and cross that 170 mark.
This one's in the air. It's just to nobody, though. That's good bowling from Abhiram Bolasetti, showing that he's maybe gotten a little bit quicker since we've last seen him. Just rushing on to the blade of Paul Palmer. Also well directed. Something that's really important when you want to bowl back of a length. It's the direction in which you're bowling at. Don't want to, if that one is, you know, 2 or 3 feet over to more to the right of your screen, it's over point for 4. But with the placement and the positioning of that delivery, the line of it, it's just hard to put away. This one, though, bad on it. Just going to be one out into the deep as short mid wicket will give chase. And he's bowling a heavy ball here, Abhiram Bolasetti. Good to see for the youngster.
Yeah, not really able to put him away here are these two batsmen, Paul Palmer, who just got off the mark with that single.
Yeah, we've seen Church Street Park not be a wicket where you can score quickly on so far in this edition of minor league cricket. And look at that, a little bit of extra bounce on offer. Ravinder Singh, he was just looking to maybe run it through behind point and between third man, but that little bit of extra bounce on offer, a little bit extra oomph on it, beats him. Bolasetti's first over only went for 4 runs, so you like the way this over's gone already for him. With just 2 deliveries left. And this one, again, just the toe end of the bat for 1. Nowhere really to go. It's good bowling. It's bowling a hard ball. It's hard to play him at the moment. Abhiram Bolasetti, he's going to be beaming with confidence after this showing right now.
Beaming with confidence indeed. He's been so good today. 1 for 7 with 1 ball to go in his second. One of the best bowlers in the game thus far in this innings.
Yeah, we mentioned the wind at Church Street Park. Well, we have our tent covering our area, flying away on us at the moment. So we have all the gracious fans and our producer director Robert Baig keeping everything down, making sure everything's at bay. And right now it's Abhiram Bolasetti making sure everything's at bay for the Morrisville Raptors, keeping the Baltimore Royals to 109 for 4 after 14.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस, इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट में क्या खूब खिले। हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
So back here at Church Street Park, tough goings so far for the Baltimore Royals since ball last wicket. It's Rashesh Behera with ball in hand, and Paul Palmer has not looked in any real flow as of yet. He's going to get his first over here, Rashesh, and again, interestingly enough, haven't seen a lot of pace from the Raptors since, before the first 10 overs, and now with the back end, you've seen Abhiram Bolasetti bowl. Now Rashesh Behera. Have to imagine that Badala is going to get at least one more over.
Yeah, the 7th bowler to be used by the Raptors today is Rashesh, as that one's just flicked away off the pads, but out to the man in the deep.
This innings right now reminds me a lot of what the Raptors did in their first innings yesterday. Got off to a really good start. Talking about, 6 overs gone, 58, 7 overs, 64, held wickets for a while, and then just unable to really advance the scoreboard, really unable to get it moving. And that's the really interesting thing at the moment. That inability to up the ante, as we like to say. And we'll see if this continues to be a trend here at Church Street Park, or even if it is a trend, because we're still yet to come into these last 5 overs, and we've seen at Church Street Park the last 5 overs change the game. It happens a lot in T20 cricket, so I'm just intrigued to see how this innings plays out, because of the fact that it feels like a mirror or a replicate of that first innings from yesterday. Like we said, unable to ump the ante. They're going to push for 2. It's sent back as Paul Palmer. Trayvon Griffith's throw comes in, but this is good work by the Raptors in the field.
Yeah, we've seen Baltimore really trying to convert those singles into twos, dots into singles, and the Raptors, their fielding has been good today in the sense that they really are trying to put pressure on the batsmen, not allowing them to do it as freely as we saw yesterday, though the running between the wickets really has been good.
Again, just another tuck into the leg side. This is good bowling from Rashesh, and I think the key point that you're going to make if you're the Morrisville Raptors is just no extras coming off, right? You don't want to give any freebies. We saw with Trayvon Griffith had 2 5-wides, with Everroy Dyer struggled with the wides and some no balls at times. So when you don't give extras, you can really choke a team down. 14 extras already given by the Morrisville Raptors. They're going to want to cut that out, but you're able to choke teams down. As this one almost ricochets back onto the stumps, hitting the very toe end of the bat. It's a good over for Rashesh Behera. He's going to be happy with that. 15 overs gone, 114 for 4.
Welcome to Dallas. हमारे मोहल्ले में आपका बहुत स्वागत है.
बहुत शुक्रिया, please.
अरे, आप भी समोसे?
You will love these samosa. सुना है मार्केट में नए आए हैं.
ओए नए शे हम नहीं खाते हुए.
नए माने?
वो लक्ष्मी है ना?
लक्ष्मी के फ्रोजन समोसे?
जी हाँ, ऑथेंटिक पंजाबी टेस्ट वाले.
एक समोसा और.
आपको नए वाले तो खाने नहीं थे?
ओ यार, ये तो लक्ष्मी है ना.
Introducing Lakshmi Frozen Samosa range.
Aditya Badala comes in with ball here and leads to a double there, and that's going to be the key for the Baltimore Royals from here. Jay, 114 after 15, 116 with just 29 deliveries left. What's the target? What's the total you think the Royals can come up with from here?
I'd say 5 overs. You'd want to try and go 10 and over, get 50, 55.
Well, that straight drive might help the case. They're going to look for 2, a late call for 2, and they don't get it. It's indecisive running from the Baltimore Orioles. If they want to get to that 150 mark, as you mentioned there, Jay, it's going to be about making those calls really early. What we saw from the Raptors that was really special in the first innings yesterday was Trayvon Griffith. As soon as a hit comes off the bat, 2-2-2-2-2, clear, loud. Here you can see jogs the first, call for 2, comes late, then they turn, then they're not sure. That's where you lead to those runouts. Gonna want to be better. This one looks pretty good. He's been given. He misses out on his 50, Ravinder Singh. It looked pretty straight from here. Our angle, we're a little bit crooked, but there was no waiting for umpire Alvin Barnett. Finger goes up, and Ravinder Singh, he goes out.
Yeah, that is a huge wicket. That Ravinder Singh walking back, and he was looking so good out there, just shy of his 50, as you said. And a big wicket that, because as we move into the death overs, he was the set batsman who could really up the ante, go for his shots there, get them to that 170, 160, 170 mark. But with him gone now, you've got a new batsman in, and Paul Palmer, who's still in single digits at the moment.
Okay, take a look at that. It looks pretty good. Again, we're not sure where that line is, but it looks like he's come across his stumps to play that sweep. You can see him taking a look behind, and it feels like it's hit him in line with maybe middle stump. So really, again, we from our vantage point can't really tell from that angle, but it felt pretty good just the way, you know, theoretically he comes across the line, hits him on the inside half of the pad. You'd feel pretty confident in that dismissal going on to hit the stumps. It was below the knee roll, down on the ground, so feels like a pretty good decision that from umpire Alvin Barnett. And it'll bring out Bipul Sharma, who came out yesterday for a quick little stint in the middle. But this is the worry if you're the Baltimore Royals. 2 brand new bats in the last 5 overs. We've seen it's not easy to bat out in the middle. Paul Palmer has not found any rhythm. Bipul Sharma did not look in really any flow yesterday. So this is going to be the real question, the real test for the Royals. We talk about their depth, incredible batting depth. A lot of these guys are more accustomed to batting on Astro when playing for the Baltimore franchise. Batting here on turf on a tough Church Street wicket. We'll see what they have in store with Aditya Badala, who just has a knack for taking wickets. Full and straight again, worked into the leg side. We'll find one, and again, look at that. The call there was so late for 2. They put the bat on the ground and then thought about the second. There was no thought of the second as they were running it through. I don't think there was 2 on offer, but it feels like the communication just hasn't been there. Jay, do you think because of Major League happening just a week ago and now straight into minor league, it's caused maybe after this ball some of those, you know, that connection, that understanding between batters to just kind of fade away a little bit?
Well, I don't think it's quite because of Major League. You know, both these players not playing in that tournament, and this team overall, we have a look at the Baltimore Royals. They've played so much cricket with each other over the years, so any of those, I feel like, late calls or, you know, that miscommunication, it's not too common to see with this team. As that one's just flicked away as well for that single.
There you go, Jay. It's another late call, and had Aditya Badala been able to collect it, he's run out. He's run out if he's able to collect it, and you can see it, and I think maybe for a lot of guys who's played together for the Royals, it could be fine, but this is Paul Palmer, brand new to the side, and Bipul Sharma, who we know is very strong-minded. We saw it yesterday when he was bowling, but that crazy delivery concludes the 16th over. It's 120 for 5.
What's up, Doug? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
And as we come back to Church Street Park, just take a look at this again. Tucked into the leg side here, Jay. They're going to go and run it. Bipul Sharma from here wants 2. He's called for 2, and he's left halfway stranded. If he's collected this, Aditya Badala, Bipul Sharma's walking back with just 1 run to his name. And again, that goes to me, just the lack of that connection and the lack of understanding between the 2 players. It's not there at the moment. Paul Palmer, of course, new to the side. was with the New Jersey Stallions. So this is going to be a learning curve, it feels like, for the Baltimore Orioles, and something they're going to have to adjust going into next week if they want to really up the ante on the scoreboard as Rashesh Behera comes in.
Yeah, you know, a run out would be the last thing that Baltimore want at this stage. 5 down already.
I think the last thing you would have wanted, Jay. You had just spoke to me about how it was didn't seem like this was going to be much of an issue. And then for that to happen, too, and nearly another chance for Bipul Sharma to get run out. And it looks like he's hurt himself, too. Not something you're going to want to see. Very vital with the ball. The bat looked to have gotten stuck in the ground and maybe caused some pain in the shoulder. Take a look at this. Again, run comes quickly, and direct hit would have been close. Probably would have been out with the bat getting stuck. And he looks in some serious pain here, Jay.
I think the bat getting stuck, and the handle also hitting him there around the shoulder. But it seems to be that he's okay, and for the Royals, that's really the important thing. Bipul Sharma, very experienced player. He's won the IPL back in 2016 with the Sunrisers Hyderabad. Paul Palmer at the other end, who's captain Jamaica. So two very experienced players out there in the middle for the Royals at the moment, looking to get them out to a defendable total.
This one, though, pushed into the leg side again. Really good work by Trayvon Griffith there. An awkward bounce for him at long on. He's right in front of us where we're sitting in the comm box, and you know, it looked like it could have just bounced away from him, but he did real well to keep the body behind the ball there. Again, just taking another look at this. It's firmly struck down the ground, and just this awkward bounce there. And he's done really well. It's bounced just maybe 2 centimeters in front of him. As this one's just worked into the offside. 1, call for 2. Yeah, Paul Palmer again, hands up in the air. It's 2 all the way. And Paul Palmer's looking hands up in the air like he didn't know the call. Right there, you can see it again. Jay, this is something that's, you know, causing me a little bit of concern here.
Yeah, it is a point of concern. You know, I think now that it's happened a couple of times for the Royals in just the space of a couple of overs. So something that, as you said, really want to fix and address going in to next weekend.
Again, worked into the offside, beats the man inside the ring. Could be a couple of runs, and they're gonna find 2, an easy 2, no hands up for anybody there, as it was a long chase for Everroy Dyer to keep that one to 2. Again, Bipul Sharma still seems to be in some discomfort. You can see him consistently raising that right hand up in the air, and again, as someone who's going to be bowling, you know he's going to feature. We saw a lot of spin yesterday, and Jaskar Malhotra, a captain who likes to use the spinners early and often. He's going to want that option fully healthy, and so, again, Bipul Sharma, we're going to just want to keep an eye on that right hand of his. With 1 delivery left here in the 17th, the Raptors have done well. Only 126 runs on the board. This one firmly hit, but to the fielder. Just going to be 1 to end the 17th over. It's 127 for 5.
Took that last corner pretty quick.
Sir, I need 1 hand on the roof, 1 hand on the pump.
Timeout for Sunoco Go Rewards.
Keep pumping.
With new Sunoco Go rewards, when you fuel, you save, because rewards come first.
We welcome you back here at Church Street Park. And the Morrisville Raptors, you said they might need a refuel with some Lakshmi foods. Well, they've done just that, and they've done it well. Kept the Baltimore Royals to 127 for 5 here. 17 overs have passed. Aditya Padala back with ball in hand. We've only in the Bipul Sharma. Padala, first over went for 11 runs. After 2, he's 17 runs given and a wicket taken. So he's getting back to Padala-like numbers. This one taken away into the leg side. Gonna bounce short of the fielder. And again, the struggles of hitting it to the boundary continue for the Baltimore Royals.
And having a look, 128 for 5 here with 17 balls to go. What are your predictions? Where do you think the Royals can end from here?
Well, this one's found Bipul Sharma, and they're not going to run him out, but this is just not a day for Bipul Sharma to remember. Already the hand hurting, and now it's hit him high in the groin. And again, this is just unfortunate. They're calling for ice, and this is a stinger. This is an absolute stinger. I'm not sure it's going to be, keep him off for too long. I don't think he'll come off, but this is just one that absolutely is going to be one you're going to want to shake off and forget. And you can just take a look at this. Firmly struck off the bat of Paul Palmer, and it's really opened up right in the high groin area. And again, not something you're going to want to see. He's walking at the moment, so just, again, it's a stinger here. Not sure this is going to be one that you're going to think about of, going to keep him off the field. But for Bipul Sharma, you already have the right hand, Jay. Now it's the right leg. The whole right side of the body is just taking a beating today.
Well, luckily for him, he's a left-hander, so that works well.
Left-handed Bipul Sharma. We'll see if he picks up any other niggles here. He's not going to want to do too much. Have a week off, which he's going to be happy about. Might need an ice bath on the way home. This one will find Trayvon Griffith out in the deep. And again, just one. Thought about it too late, but just one. And this is good work from Aditya Badala from the Morrisville Raptors, keeping things in. You asked me for my prediction before all of that happened on that previous delivery, and I'll go out to 147. I think is where the Royals end up. I think they're going to go pretty quick run a ball. They might find one boundary here or there. Paul Palmer striking it well now. And Bipul Sharma's gone high, but he's gone straight to Trayvon Griffith. How about that? How effortless was that catch from Trayvon Griffith? Just jumps straight up in the air, comes down with it. Doesn't he? It looked so easy, Jay. I felt like me and you could have been out there and taken that catch as Bipul Sharma has to walk off.
Yeah, seems like he does it every day there, Trayvon Griffith. We have a look at that again. Out in the deep. There, just a jump.
That's so effortless. Holy smokes, guys. Again, that's not supposed to be that easy.
Well, Trayvon Griffith's really made everything look easy, whether it be with the sixes or his bowling today, which has been really good.
Well, terrific that is for Trayvon Griffith. Aditya Badala picks up his second wicket. Bipul Sharma goes, and maybe we'll be able to rest up that right side of the body for the bowling innings. It'll bring out Derval Green. So 2 newcomers into the crease. I'm intrigued. Both these players have played in the West Indies in domestic cricket, but I'm just intrigued. We saw a lot of struggling running between the wickets in terms of communication between Bipul Sharma, Paul Palmer. Does that happen with 2 guys who didn't even play in the same conference last season, now thrown out batting for the first time together out in the middle?
Well, I think Derval Green, Paul Palmer, definitely 2 guys, they may not have played too much cricket together as far as that conferences and all go in minor league cricket, but they're 2 guys who know each other well. They've spent a lot of time with each other, even outside, off the field. So I think from that perspective, their communication could really be good here. And Derval Green coming out, we saw him yesterday with a couple of big hits. So him out here as a finisher, we could very well see the Baltimore Royals cross 150.
No, absolutely. We saw him come out and struggled a little bit in his first 10 or maybe first 8 deliveries, but after that you saw him hit a couple of boundaries, find a couple. He's going to let you know if he thinks he should have hit one for 6. We saw it yesterday, but this is a guy who can come in and score quickly. Been one of the only ones that can do it. I'm intrigued to see what we get out of Derval Green. Aditya Badala bowling. Hit straight down and evades it, does Paul Palmer this time. And Derval Green was thinking about 2. Trayvon Griffith made sure there's none available. Back up by Muhammad Abdullah Shah, but nearly a replica to the one that found the leg of Bipul Sharma.
Yeah, we look at that again. Some good reflexes that by Paul Palmer.
Well, Derval Green will tell you he just placed it really well. He's placed it right in between the legs. With the Women's World Cup happening, you would call it a nutmeg over there. The U.S. women's team obviously playing there, falling in penalties yesterday in the Women's World Cup. As this one is tucked into the leg side for just one, no two. Derval Green again thinking about it, but none on offer. And at the end of the 18th over, it's 131 for 6.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस, इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले। हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
We'll welcome you back, and we'll welcome Rashesh Behera back. He's bowled well, 2 overs on the trot. And Paul Palmer's got 1. Derval Green wants 2, and they won't get it. Not going to test the arm of Aditya Badala, wisely so. We've seen him with plenty of runouts in minor league cricket. Don't want to give him another one there.
Yeah, indeed, and now we're into the penultimate over for the Baltimore Royals here. They will want to really cross that 150 mark. We saw in yesterday's game against Morrisville, that Morrisville Royals game as well, that is a par score. You need to get there here if you do want to get a defendable total. So you'll really want to get another 20-ish runs. Will the Royals? Derval Green, he'll be a big part of that. On strike, steps down the track, down the ground, and it's gonna sail a long way over that. So Derval Green, we were just talking about his long hits, and we've seen it here.
Well, there you go. We talked about he was one of the only players who were able to get off to a fast start yesterday. This one just sits up in the slot, really, for Derval Green. He likes to go down the ground and send that one well over cow corner into the parking lots. Not many cars that it could have hit there. But take a look at this, just sat up, it was all middle and leg, and just helped it along its way, no chance. And again, there's just a couple of cars out there, and lucky they're parked further back. If they're parked any closer, that one's gonna be smashing a windshield, and someone's gonna have to explain to their insurance company that they're at a cricket match and the ball went straight through my windshield. So we'll see, I wanna test the insurance rates on that. Might have to explain to a cricketer. That's what our producer and director Robert Vegas said, and that's very true. And maybe they'll give you, they're talking about Sunoco, and then maybe they'll give you a little bit of a discount on your insurance. This one in the air again, hasn't got all of it. Fielder coming underneath it, unable to get there. And it's gone all the way for 4. Misjudged the whole way through. Thought it was going to go well deeper. I believe it's Sarnam Patel out in the deep, who was underneath that one. I think he thought it was going to go well deeper. Taking a second look at this. Finds the outside half of the bat. And again, gets to it very, very late. Thought it was going to get to him along the boundary rope. Misses out completely. And back-to-back boundaries. 10 runs from the first 2 deliveries. We talked about getting to 150. They're already at 142. And it's because of those quick runs from Derval Green, who's striking it above 360 at the moment. Tried another one. Good comeback ball from Rashesh Behera. We've seen him come back quite well. He's got the test match sunscreen on, if you will. You know, you don't see a lot of sunscreen staying on for 20 overs in international cricket, but you see it in test cricket. And I'm a fan, actually. This is the guy who comes in with a lot of swag, a lot of style, and I'm a fan of the sunscreen just a little bit over there. Made sure that it just stayed on throughout the innings. But he's going to want to keep the scores down now with 2 balls left. Firmly struck Aditya Badala there, straight to him, calls for 2, throws come in, and it's just a little bit wayward. They get it in the end, that throw on target, and it could have been the end of Paul Palmer.
And we talk about running between the wickets and communication there. That time, getting that quick 2. So Really, communication good between these two, Derval Green, Paul Palmer.
Yeah, they called it pretty quickly. Derval Green straight away said two-man, and it was firmly struck. It was a little bit to the right of Aditya Badala, the left-hander, so they felt that they could get to Paul Palmer again. If that's a quality throw, could have been in trouble. But Rashesh Behera is going to be happy with the way he's come back. He's going to feel disappointed. Felt like he probably should have had a wicket involved there. You can see the umpires just taking a look at the ball, making sure the ball hasn't been scuffed up too much. And again, the umpires for today's match, Rahul Partwardhan, Alvin Barnett, made some tough calls, made some good calls, and has kept the game moving at a good pace here. Again, we are 7 deliveries away from the conclusion of this first innings, and the Baltimore Royals would love to be at 160 plus. Right now, they're in a position where they can do that. It's going to take a couple of boundaries, but Derval Green's the man you want to play it. Would be interested to see if they just go one here for Derval Green. Come down the track again. It's going to be a bye. No. Derval Green says no. Good comeback delivery that from Rashesh Behera. Slowed it down, pushed it out wide, and he'll close out the 19th over with the dot. It's 144 for 6.
वेलकम टू डैलेस। हमारे मोहल्ले में आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है।
बहुत शुक्रिया, प्लीज।
अरे आप भी समोसे?
यू विल लव दिस समोसा। सुना है मार्केट में नए आए हैं।
ओए नए शे हम नहीं खाते हुए।
नए माने?
वो लक्ष्मी है ना?
लक्ष्मी के फ्रोजन समोसे?
जी हाँ, ऑथेंटिक पंजाबी टेस्ट वाले।
एक समोसा और।
आपको नए वाले तो खाने नहीं थे?
ओ यार, ये तो लक्ष्मी है ना?
Introducing Lakshmi Frozen Samosa range.
Aditya Badala to bowl final over, and starts off with a single to Paul Palmer. That's what the Baltimore Orioles would have wanted, because you're going to want Derval Green on strike the way he's been striking it. Now, the one thing about Aditya Badala bowling is the keeper has been up, but now keeper back. And this is going to suit Derval Green, because we saw it for Rashesh Behera, him coming down the track and advancing to the pitch of the ball. So this is something that you're going to want to watch for. Watch for the movement early.
Yeah, absolutely, and smart batting there by Palmer, seeing that Derval's batting so well, so just taking that single.
That one struck through the covers. Don't even worry about it. It's bigger, it's better than the rest. It's 6 more, and Derval Green, he's putting on a show at the end of this first innings.
Yeah, and with that, they've crossed 150. Have the Baltimore Royals in. What an innings. This is turning out to be an amazing cameo, a game-changing one for the Baltimore Royals. We have a look at that again. Once again, a step down the track, and he has cleared that offside boundary by quite the distance into that Morrisville dugout, I believe, there.
Yeah, into the Morrisville dugout, just to add insult to injury, where he hit the winning runs yesterday. Pretty similar shot, actually. But, man, Derval Green, 19 from 7. We've talked about the whole day. Oh, it's hard to score quickly. You got to take your time here. Well, Derval Green says, time. Who's got time to waste? I'm trying to score now, and he's been doing it rather so effortlessly. And, again, it's the movement for me before he starts. It's before the bowler bowls. It's his shuffling to the right, shuffling to the left to make some room, getting forward, forcing the bowler to think, not letting them settle. And to me, I think if you're Mohammad Abdullah Shah, and you can, he's done it for Badala in the past, a couple overs ago, come up to the stumps and keep him rooted inside his crease, and don't give him the ability to manipulate where Badala is going to bowl. Moves forward, and well done by Aditya Badala to go away. Derval Green, some mind games with Mohammad Abdullah Shah at the end too, slowly bringing his bat to the crease, but it's a good change up there from Badala.
Yeah, good changeup indeed, and we can continue to see, Green coming down the track. This time, though, not making that contact.
Full toss, Mets. And it's done what it should have done. It's 6 runs all the way. You can hear it in the mic. Dane Pete out there trying to save it, but it was just well too much for Dane Pete to do. A huge strike, gets the full toss, and doesn't miss out.
Yeah, Derville Green is third 6 of the innings already, and he's just faced 9 deliveries. This is truly that game-changing innings. We talked about Dane Pete yesterday, hit that 40, and Derville Green doing exactly that now. This time going again, but just for that single. He was looking for that second there. He wants strike to Green, but won't get it though.
Well, just going back to that 6 he just hit, what we didn't say live was, and I thought happened, but I wasn't sure, Dane Pete took that one-handed. One-handed over the top, OBJ style, which was really impressive, just was on the rope. But holy smokes, we've seen some terrific catches along the boundary. Rashish Behera had one earlier that he stepped over. Dane Pete now with that one. I mean, if he's inside, that's the catch of the tournament, and nothing can top that really. But my goodness, it just shows the power Derville Green has displayed as Paul Palmer pushes for 1. They're gonna push for 2. It's the last ball. They got 2. And Muhammad Abdullah Shah hit the stumps on the way through. It ends up being okay in the end. You can see him playing some games now with Derville Green, but the Baltimore Orioles, they'll feel happy with that. They get to 160 in their 20 overs, and again, a point where you thought maybe under 150, get to 160. If you take a look at the batting card, it was Ravinder Singh that started things off, 46 from 38. And then you had a couple of shots from Omkar Zope, from Alad Malik. Jaskar Malhotra hit a couple, Neo Navarikar, he got 3 fours to his name. Paul Palmer, 16 from 20, but to me, Derville Green, as you mentioned, Jay, the game-changing innings, 26 from 10, and that was able to propel Baltimore Orioles over the line. With the ball in hand, Everroy Dyer, a touch expensive, able to take a wicket. Dane Pete was good, the captain, in his 4 overs, 20 runs, a wicket to his name. Trayvon Griffith, 24 runs, a wicket for him, a brilliant catch as well. Aditya Badala gets 2 wickets for 37 runs in 4 overs. Abhiram Bolasetti, 2 overs, 8 runs and a wicket. Surprised not to see more of him. 3 overs, 25 runs for Rashish Behera. Adi Gupta, 2 overs, 17 runs. And that did it for the first innings. The Baltimore Orioles, they get to 160. And so the Raptors only 161 to go back in this minor league, avoid going 2-0 down and get themselves a win. Thank you for joining us for the first innings, but don't go anywhere. We'll be right back shortly to bring you the second innings.
You're watching the Sunoco Minor League Cricket Championship, brought to you by our 2023 partners.
What's up, Doug? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
This one, though, hit up in the air, and you're going to want to see a lot more of that if you're the Baltimore Orioles. It's a 4. And it'll go wide. It's beat Abdullah Shah, who's keeping wicket, and it'll go all the way to the boundary.
Even if you don't take too many risks.
Well, there's a risk in itself. He's gone over the top, really, with the fielders inside. No risk, but a really nice shot. It's going to be 4 runs on the up. And this one beats Adi Gupta inside the ring. It'll be 4. It was very thin edge, very fine. Not sure many fielders at third man could have done much with it.
The Royals, especially with those boundaries in the last over. This one, though, it's gone up in the air. And the catch has been taken as well. So there's the wicket.
So you won't fear too much, and with drives like that, you won't fear at all. That's a brilliant cover drive. You saw one of those yesterday. This one might be even better. 4 runs.
But looking with that right-left combination, this one, though, it's gone a long, long way over. Ravinder Singh, you cannot bowl short to him. That is a massive hit.
The other one follows. This one, oh my goodness, it's over covers again. Tried the slower one, got too full. And we talked about the traditional cover drive. This one, lofted cover drive, first 6, no better sight. Ravinder Singh. Short in the air, fielders in place, but it's gonna beat him. It's 1 bounce over the rope for 4. It was well placed. That was Morrisville, North Carolina. He starts off with a full toss. Omkar Zob gets it and gets all of it. Was there an opportunity out there in the deep? We're gonna want to take another look at that. It looked like the fielder had an opportunity. Oh, this one though, Omkar Zob's got onto it. Has he cleared it? No, he hasn't. It is the wicket. It's Abhiram Bolazetti's first wicket in minor league cricket 2023. And Omkar, this one in the air and put down. It was a chance. It was a chance. Going to be disappointed in himself there. Reaching out and gets that one into the gap. An unorthodox stroke for 4, but he'll get it nonetheless. 4 runs.
And he's found the gap.
All striking from Mahadwali today. This one, though, up in the air, should be taken. Fielders in place, and no mistake this time. Ahadwali goes at 6 and out. Abhiram Bolazetti run outs. Gonna want to be better. This one looks pretty good. He's been given. He misses out on his 50. Ravinder well now. And Bipul Sharma's gone high, but he's gone straight to Trayvon Griffith. How about that?
He'll be a big part of that. On strike, steps down the track, down the ground, and it's gonna sail a long way over that.
A little bit of a discount on your insurance. This one in the air again, hasn't got all of it. Fielder coming underneath it, unable to get there. And it's gone all the way for 4. Misjudged. That one struck through the covers. Don't even worry about it. It's bigger, it's better than the rest. It's 6 more. Full toss, Mets. And it's done what it should have done. It's 6 runs all. Well, we welcome you back to Church Street Park, where the Baltimore Royals, well, they scored 160 runs in their first inning, so now they'll have...
You're watching the Sunoco Minor League Cricket Championship, brought to you by our 2023 partners.
...by the Baltimore Royals yesterday. See what the Morrisville Raptors...
Took that last corner pretty quick.
Sir, I need one hand on the roof, one hand on the pump.
Timeout for Sunoco Go Rewards.
Keep pumping.
With new Sunoco Go rewards, when you fuel, you save because rewards come first.
Blowing straight through the jerseys of the players, and I'll be interested to see the way the Baltimore Royals go about their bowling innings here. Looks like they're going to open with Keon Joseph. Keon yesterday showed ability to bowl quite a good level. We saw the opening partnership play well, but when you look at Keon Joseph yesterday, I don't think the stats will tell you how good he actually was. Keon Joseph, 2 overs, 21 runs, but I felt he was hitting the deck and hitting a good length pretty consistently. Now we saw Abidon Bolastetti have a lot of success with that in the first innings. Everett Dyer took a wicket off that, so there's still some grass on the wicket, still some movement available, and that's why you see that slip in place. And the key is going to be getting out Trayvon Griffith, who's coming off of a 50 yesterday. He will be on strike to face this first delivery. And we also saw this a lot yesterday. Unable to find his footing was Keon Joseph for a bit, especially from this end of the wicket. We saw Trayvon Griffith slip at this end of the wicket 2 or 3 times yesterday, trying to turn back for 2. We saw some bowlers struggling to find their run-up on this end of the wicket. So, just a curious little note about the way Church Street Park is played over the past couple of days. But the wickets looked good. Just like that. Good bounce on the wicket. Ball's been coming on to the bat quite nicely. Again, it hasn't been a free-flowing ground. Not a lot of runs in terms of, the 180s, the 190s. And there's no big jumping off point. You haven't seen that huge 20-run over, but teams that are able to stick in and players that are able to play themselves in, like Trayvon Griffith did yesterday, like Sajaskar Malhotra and Ahad Malik yesterday were able to do, they're able to really propel innings, and you need someone to be a linchpin in that order. And this is also something we saw yesterday from Trayvon Griffith and the Morrisville Raptors. The running between the wickets was spot on and spectacular. We'll get our first look at Vinod Kumar Kandaswamy, who yesterday scored 20 runs, showed off his ability to pull the ball and cut it. Someone back with the Morrisville Raptors for his second season. Was good in year 1 with the Raptors, year 2 in minor league cricket. Opening the batting with Lahidu Malanta, lefty, now with Trayvon Griffith, who's already shown the ability to score runs at Church Street Park, not just yesterday, but in 2021 as a member of the Empire State Titans. The Baltimore Royals are going to be about taking wickets early and often. And this one finds the outside half of the bat. They'll get one to third man. But like we mentioned for the Baltimore Royals, it's about the wickets being taken early. We saw the Morrisville Raptors do it yesterday, take wickets early, and it allowed them to put some pressure on the Baltimore Royals. The thing that the Baltimore Royals did well, though, was they kept themselves in the game. Justin Malhotra and Ahad Malik never really threw their wicket away. You never see a rash shot come out. You saw them just take the 1s and the 2s, something that Trayvon Griffith did really well, Vinod Kumar did really well. So that's going to be the battle. And if you can keep the runs down, we've seen it hard to just tee off. As this one outside edge, cries of catch it, but no one there to do it. There'll be 4 runs, not the most convincing of 4 runs, but Trayvon Griffith will take the boundary nonetheless. Again, you can see plenty of bounce on the wicket. It was short, it was wide. Griffith was always gonna take a look at it, take a wipe at it. And you take a look here, it's an outside edge, but with that third man as wide as he was, there's always gonna be 4 runs. With the pace that Keon Joseph has, there's no chance for that third man fielder. Wide again, this time through the covers. Hold the pose, Trayvon Griffith. That's a photo moment right there. That's going to be 4 runs. Picture perfect was that cover drive. And again, trying to go wide and just failing to do so. You can see him just hold it on a knee, and there's no chance for any fielder. Trayvon Griffith, he's picking up yesterday where he left off, scoring runs, and he's scoring them in quite a hurry today. Again, you have to take advantage of any loose deliveries from the bowlers here at Church Street Park. Anything on the stumps or on the body line has been tough to score off of, but we've seen anytime you give width, you've been punished. And Keoff Joseph, he's learning out the hard way. 1 ball to go, though. This time on the body line, pulled. Chase is being given. Will it be cut? It's at least going to be a couple of runs. It will be just a couple, but a good way to end this first over. The Morrisville Raptors, they're 12 without loss.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस, इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले। हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
Well, we're welcoming back to Church Street Park. I'm Owen Patel, joined by Jalen Hansen. You can see the crowd here at Church Street Park, not as lively as maybe we've grown to expect, but still plenty of action, plenty of people coming out. It's a hot day, as Jalen Hansen has learned, walking the entire circumference of the ground, but they're still out here enjoying the shade provided by the shelter. Jay, the Raptors got 12 runs in that first over, but they've gone to Derville Green, the Baltimore Orioles. What can you tell me about him?
Yeah, Derville Green, used by the Royals yesterday as well. Went for a few runs, but he's a good bowler. Is Green this time in the power play? And that one just flying past the outside edge. So yesterday we saw that the Royals, they wanted to open the attack with spin, really bring them into the game early. Today though, change of strategy. They've got pace in. Perhaps with Bipul Sharma's injury, he's mainly their power play spinner as well. Him along with Neil Narvekar.
Also, I think you have to look at the success of the pace bowlers did have for the Morrisville Raptors. You talk about Abhiram Bolasetti, Aditya Badala, Rashesh Behera, even to a lesser extent, Everoy Dyer. That delivery to Jaskar Malhotra hits the deck. Pretty similar to what we just saw. Gets it to seam away off of the surface that's enriched with the green grass. Again, that delivery there, he's looking to hit the deck, and he's getting it to move away. Jaskar Malhotra, he's seen that his 2 pace bowlers, the premier strike bowlers, like to hit the deck hard, and he says this is the surface that's going to reward you for that. You can see where Jaskar Malhotra is collecting that one. There's plenty of carry through, and it's going to make things a little bit tough for Vinod Kumar Kandaswamy to get things going. Can you feel with 160 on the board, wickets are going to need to be taken by the Baltimore Royals early and often. And this one, it's taken from Jaskar Malhotra and Derville Green. He's got wicket number 1. Jaskar Malhotra doing what Muhammad Abdullah Shah did to him, getting it off the outside edge, and keeper making it look quite effortless there. Vinod Kumar Kandaswamy, he goes for just 1.
Yeah, beaten on the first 2 deliveries there, and that third one just catching the outside edge. We look at that, and a good catch taken by Malhotra, diving to his right. And that first one down early, we talk about the importance of early wickets. And there's the first one. Kandaswamy gone, who was doing well yesterday, and now 12 for 1 are the Raptors midway through the second.
And again, it's going to bring out Ryan Wiggins, it looks like, from here. And again, this is a revamped batting lineup for the Morrisville Raptors. Rohan Phadke came in the 1 down spot yesterday. He's not in the team today. Also, Sanjay Stanley was at 4. He wasn't in the 11 today. Instead, they've gone with the likes of a Sarnam Patel, so a left-hander as well, giving them that option. But Ryan Wiggins has been in North Carolina for quite some time, and he's an experienced player. Played a lot of cricket everywhere, and was a member of the Morrisville franchise in 2021. Wasn't in 2022, but he's back and looking to make a splash in 2023. And this is also something that the Morrisville Raptors will look at, is all right, well, we need to figure out what our batting lineup is going to be. They're going to be very reliant on Trayvon and Vinod Kandaswamy, and then you talk about Dane Pete and Abhiram Bolaseti in the back end. But who is going to step up at 2 and 4 and at the 6th spot as well as the keeper bat? They're going to look at Mohammad Abdullah Shah today. But these are the questions. But the way Derval Green's bowling is not going to be an easy time to get going. And again, balls like that. Ryan Wiggins just looking to get that one behind point. But Derval Green is sticking to his guns here.
Yeah, and really we saw at the end of the last innings the momentum really with the Baltimore Royals to finish that off. Then Trevon Griffith with those couple of boundaries. Some cheers from the Morrisville camp, but this over really turning things back into the Royals' favor in the power play.
Yeah, again, that 12-run over to start, but we have a wicket maiden brewing. And we'll see if the commentator's curse keeps going, but no, Derval Green, he's on off stump, he's on a length, and he's getting some movement away and some extra bounce. And Trayvon Griffith's just watching at the other end, hoping he doesn't lose another partner. Jay, take a look at this.
Oh yeah, brilliant delivery that, just trying to fish at it, trying to drive it away, but not getting bad. And Green, he's looking so good. First with the bat and now with the ball. What an impact he's made today.
Yeah, he's been terrific. He's the reason the 160's on the board, and he'll have to take a couple of wickets here. He's exchanging a few words with Ryan Wiggins, and I see raw on the bat of Ryan Wiggins, his own brand that is. And leaves it alone to close out the second over. It is a wicket maiden, Jay, and Royals fans everywhere, they're going to be pumped about that. At the end of the second over, it's 12. Loss of 1.
Welcome to Dallas. हमारे मोहल्ले में आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है.
बहुत शुक्रिया. Please.
अरे आप भी समोसे?
You will love these samosa. सुना है मार्केट में नए आए हैं.
ओए नए शे हम नहीं खाते हुए.
नए माने?
वो लक्ष्मी है ना?
लक्ष्मी के फ्रोजन समोसे?
जी हाँ, ऑथेंटिक पंजाबी टेस्ट वाले.
एक समोसा और.
आपको नए वाले तो खाने नहीं थे?
ओ यार, ये तो लक्ष्मी है ना.
Introducing Lakshmi Frozen Samosa range.
Back here at Church Street Park, we've just witnessed a wicket maiden here. And Derval Green, he's making his case for player of the match today for what he did with the bat, what he started to do with the ball, and if they can get a win here, you know he's in the conversation. Keon Joseph went for 12 in his first. He's back for the second. And starts down the leg side with the wide. Try to change the plans. You can see in the first over, he went wide. He tried to go away from the arc of Trayvon Griffith, hit away for a couple of boundaries. Now trying to go onto the body line of Trayvon. Trayvon Griffith himself is, again, very talented and is going to need to be the linchpin in this order. Wide again, slash that again. Fielder coming around and won't be able to get there. It's a really good effort that was. Has it gone all the way for 6? It has. It's 6 all the way. But third man, he made an incredible attempt to get out there. Trayvon Griffith lately decides to go out there. Finds himself 6 runs. Again, take a look at this here. The effort given out. It was wide, slashed at. Moving well to his left. And just over the top of the hands. Again, would have been a really amazing way to bring it back over the top. But it's 6 runs nonetheless. They'll take that, the Morrisville Raptors. Doesn't matter how they come, as long as they come. Josh Malota going to have a word with his bowler, but Trayvon Griffith, he's gotten off to a flyer, 17 from 6, 2 fours to his name, a 6 already. And again, with losing Lahidu Malanta, wondering how the Morrisville Raptors were going to find someone to score in that opening partnership. Remember, Lahidu Malanta was second highest run scorer in the Southern Division last year, only behind Rakeem Cornwall. But Trayvon Griffith already with the 50 in match 1. He's showing that he can pick up the slack left behind. Looking for the ball now. Again, that one flew off the concrete over the fence. So the umpires will just be looking to get the ball back to Keon Joseph and get play started. Again, 161 is what the Morrisville Raptors will need. A couple of changes in that 11. The likes of Ryan Wiggins in for Rohan Futke. Of course, Sarnam Patel in for Sanjay Stanley. Mohamed Abdullah Shah in for Franklin Clement. So good to see those likes. The ball is in, and Keon Joseph, he's changed the angle now, coming around the wicket. Gonna see if he can get straighter onto Trayvon Griffith. Does get straight and is well worked away. Again, a signature of Griffith's game. He's going to find those singles with such ease. He's always looking to run around. But now the question for Ryan Wiggins. Struggled in the Derval Green over because Derval Green has found the length, but can he open up his account against Keon Joseph? Again, Ryan Wiggins been in North Carolina for a couple of years now. Works with a lot of the youth, and again, if you're looking at it, Jay, here for Keon Joseph, it's vitally important for you now to take a wicket, to bring yourself back into the attack at all. You've already given up 20 runs and over and 2. And Ryan Wiggins goes high and he goes long. It's a 1-bounce 4. We talked about him needing to get amongst the runs. He does. Just sitting up for him, and think about the shot Jessica Malhotra played to Everoy Dyer. Almost a copy paste of that.
Yeah, we have a look at that again. Hit down the ground and cleared not only mid-off but that boundary by a long way.
So able to pick up 4 runs on that one. Ryan Wiggins, he's gonna be happy with that, getting his account going. Keon Joseph is just continuing to struggle. This one pushed out wide, or unable to connect on it, is Ryan Wiggins going to feel like he's missed out on some width, but for Keon Joseph, a much needed dot ball for the Baltimore Royals, a much needed dot ball. And I'm wondering if we're going to see spin after Derval. We're going to see Derval Green for another over, you have to imagine, Jay. Does spin come on from this end, or do they look in another direction? You have the likes of Aditya Bhardwaj if you want a leggy, Sarbjit Ladda, of course, as the leggy, and I'm interested to see what Jessica Malhotra goes with in the power play. Down the leg side, and it's going to be 4. Jessica Malhotra's got a hand on it to keep it to just 1, but continuing to struggle is Keon Joseph.
And you know, you talk about who could come in from this end after this, after Green's over from this end, then we could very well see, as you said, Aditya Bhardwaj, Sarbjit Ladda, but you've also got the option of Neil Narvekar, who was really good yesterday, 1 for 19. And Bipul Sharma, I think he could also look to bowl. He is injured, but I believe he is on the field. I think he's there at mid-on. So he's also there as an option to come in for a couple of overs.
Plenty of options, but now it's about getting through this over. Another one in the air, and it's going to beat the man running at mid-off, and it's going to beat him all the way to the boundary. Trayvon Griffith, he's taking a liking to Keon Joseph, and Joseph cannot find his way out of this over.
Yeah, this is really turning out to be a big one. Already gone for 12 now. This boundary as well as 16 run over with the ball to go. As we have a look at that again, over the offside. And not able to chase it down as that quickly raced away. 18 run over actually, this with those 2 wides.
I was going to want to keep it to just that. Trayvon Griffith, though, he's going to look to make it a 20-plus over. And just pushed away and sent Ryan Wiggins back. To see someone bowl a wicket maiden and get pulled here. What do you think the reason is? You got Bipul Sharma coming from the Cedar Fork end.
Well, we did see Derval operate towards the back end of the innings yesterday, so perhaps The Royals looking to save a couple for then, as this one's just blocked out. But it is certainly an interesting decision. You'd like to think that, you know, Derval Green, he's bowling well. You want to give him another over. Try and get another wicket. Perhaps maybe just a 2-3 run over. Bipul, though, he's bowling well, as this one's just punched away for that single.
Well, I also think it's a look at the way the batters play. I think Ryan Wiggins has liked width on the ball. I think Trayvon Griffiths has liked width on the ball. And the way Derval Green is bowling is to hit the deck and to let the ball move from there. And I think that's been the key, where now Trayvon Griffiths can move a little bit left and right and give himself some room. With Bipul Sharma, you have to do something a little bit different. And I think that's for Ryan Wiggins, especially with the ball turning away from him, keeping him kind of forward defensive, keeping him in a defensive mindset. We'll see how Trayvon Griffith treats Bipul Sharma. We saw Neil Navarikar bowl to him, get hit for 3-4s with a sweep shot. So I'm intrigued to see how Trayvon Griffith approaches the left arm orthodox. As you mentioned, played in the IPL, won the IPL as a member of the Sunrisers Hyderabad, and he's going to be operating, and it looks like the hand and the leg, that right side of the body, is doing all right. So that's always a good sign if you're a Royals fan. We'll see how he goes to Trayvon Griffith. It's cut straight to the fielder. No run on offer there for Trayvon. And you can also see something interesting. Justin Malotto very wide outside the stumps there as the keeper, and just gives you the idea that it is going to be pushed out a little bit, especially when it's turning back in. Just taking that leeway. Look at that, almost to the wide line.
And Bipul is angling and across the left-hander, coming around the wicket.
This one straighter. Chance of a run out, misfield. Another chance of a run out. And it was all happening there. There was no run on offer. Then there was a misfield. And Ryan wanted to go the first time, then said no. Then Trayvon wanted to go. Then Trayvon wanted to go again. It was just all happening there. And again, we saw a little bit of that happening for the Baltimore Royals on a couple of occasions. Don't want to have that if you're the Morrisville Raptors. Can't afford those runouts, especially when Trayvon Griffith is part of it.
Yeah, and both these players, Griffith already on to 22 at a 200 strike rate. Wiggins at the other end, he's also hit a good looking boundary.
You can see Bipul Sharma very methodical with his field placements, moving every fielder a couple inches left or right, just trying to make sure everyone's in this exact spot. And now he's got to tie the shoe. It's been a long wait for this last delivery of the fourth over. See both batters walking out of frame. They've been waiting quite a bit. Trayvon Griffith getting the gloves back, and now the shoe's tied. Griffith makes the long walk back over. Interesting. Maybe some mind games being played by Bipul Sharma. Again, anything to just disrupt the rhythm of a batter. And now Trayvon Griffith says no. It's a back and forth battle here. No one's giving an inch.
Well, Bipul Sharma not pulling out of his run up there. That's quite an interesting decision. Well, with that, it'll be the end of 4 overs. 31 for 1 are the Raptors.
What's up, Doug? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
Change of ends for Derval Green. The first runs he's given up courtesy of an extra. But went a little bit fuller on that occasion. Jay, he had such success with that hard length. Surprised to see him try to do something different.
Yeah, and also a bit surprising to see him come in from the other end when he's doing well from that far end over there. So Derval Green, a change of ends for him. That's an interesting strategy here.
Ryan Wiggins pulls that one away. It's sat up. And has he gone that one all the way for 6? I think he has. It looked close to me, but my goodness, Ryan Wiggins, where have you been for the Morrisville Raptors?
Oh, what a shot that was, especially against Derval, who's looking so good today. We have a look at that again. Green going just a tad bit short and pulled away over cow corner that.
I guess that one all the way for 6. Ryan Wiggins making a name for himself. Again, wasn't given too many opportunities in 2021, not a part of the squad in 2022. Being brought in here when you thought, well, who's going to fill the Obis Pinar, the Lahiru Malantas? How do you replace the production from them? Ryan Wiggins is saying, don't worry, I can do a little bit of that. And now looks like maybe Derval Green needs to be stretched out, cramping up. Maybe it's a hot day, very humid, as it often is in Morrisville, North Carolina, so a lot of fluids need to be had. I'm sitting here under a tent, and I've drunk about 5 water bottles in the first innings, Jay, so maybe I'm the weak one here, but you know, for these players, you got to hydrate pretty regularly. And the ball's gone back to Derval Green, who just got hit for his first runs off the bat, and this, I think, was the worry was with the length that he's bowling, if the ball does start to not move as much, these two batters enjoy that. That one not bouncing quite near anything. Just from Malota, you mentioned, has an injured finger. I think he's injured one on the other hand now, taking the glove off, shaking it around. But come through for the bye, though.
Yeah, so a couple of injuries going around then as we talk about Malhotra. Ritvik Behra out today with a back spasm. Hoping to see him back in action next week. And Bipul Sharma, of course, twice today.
Yeah, he's not gonna like his last memory of batting at Church Street Park. It was the bat getting stuck in the ground, then the ball getting stuck on him, and then right after that he loses his wicket. This one wide down the leg side, just a hand to it from Malhotra, but unable to keep it away from the boundary. It'll be 4 runs. It'll be a wide, and this is something we saw early on from the Royals yesterday, and they cut it out later in their innings, but more wides, more boundaries off of them.
Yeah, Bharadwaj there running back, not able to cut it off, is the under-19. And Morrisville, they'll take that with both hands. A good power play they're having here. Just lost that 1 wicket, but besides that, runs are flowing.
Runs are flowing, and you can see Derval Green again stretching out that quad of his, the back of his leg, and that's often signs of there could be some cramping or just maybe a little bit of tightness. Remember, they're playing a back-to-back. Not a lot of players around the world play back-to-back, especially with in any format of the game. And when it's this hot, this humid, hard to recover as a pacer. Gets this one onto the bat of Trayvon Griffith, and he's gotten it through the gap inside the ring. Chase being given, and Chase failed. It's 4 runs. Trayvon Griffith, he's shown you the aerial route. He's shown you through third man, through covers. Now shows you how to get it all the way along the carpet through mid-wicket.
17 runs already coming from this over as we have a look at that again. Just flicked away effortlessly there from Trayvon Griffith, who's really looking to maximize his power play. A good chase put on, but not able to put a stop to that.
And you mentioned it, Jay. Remember when you took that catch and I was like, man, that's just effortless. You said, well, he's doing everything effortlessly at the moment. It's staying true. The batting's just been effortless. The fielding has been effortless. It just seems to be natural for Trayvon Griffith. And that's a good ball, but look at that, driven straight back down the ground, and what a sight in cricket. No better sight than a straight drive for 4, and Trayvon Griffith is showing off his full array of shots and saying, I can throw it all the way around the wagon wheel for more.
Oh, beautiful shot that is. And middle of the bat, straight down the ground. The 50 also coming up for the Raptors with that. We saw a really nice cover drive there, compared it to Virat Kohli earlier. And there you've got an amazing straight drive as well.
From the lefties too. The left-handers are showing they've got the style. Think about Ravinder Singh early, and now Trayvon Griffith showing the full array. He's already moved into the 30s here, 30 off 14, with 2 deliveries left in this 5th over. Taking Derville Green for some runs. This time on the leg, just defended, and just one to short mid-wicket. This is good batting from Trayvon Griffith, and remember what we said, not really overdoing it. Hasn't played a ridiculous shot yet. He's just played shots that are smart cricketing shots, and where the ball is, he's going to put it in that area.
And he's found the gap well, especially here in the power plays. He knows where the fielders are out in the deep. He knows the gaps inside the circle as well, and he's really timed the ball. He's placed it well through those areas.
Well, Ryan Wiggins has a 4, a 6 to his name. With 1 ball left in the 5th over, just won't want to lose his wicket. Derville Green would love to culminate this over in a wicket. This over that's gone for 22 runs as it currently stands. And he'll stay just for 22 runs. At the end of 5, it's 53 for 1.
What's up, Doug? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
New bowler now for the Baltimore Royals here in this 2023 Sunoco Minor League Cricket Championship. It's Neil Navrekar. Bowled yesterday, took a wicket yesterday. Bowling into the left-handed Trayvon Griffith. That's why he's brought in Jaskar Malhotra, the right arm offie, just to get the ball to move away from the left-hander who's in complete flow. 31 off of 15. 5 fours, a 6 to his name, striking it above 200 strike rate. And gets this one through the covers, and chase being given. A good effort out there, but he won't stop it. It's going to be 4 runs. Trayvon Griffith is showing the full array of shots at the moment, and that's 4 more. And just take a second look at this. It was tossed up, width on offer, and anytime there's been width, he's taken full advantage of it. A dive being put out there by, I believe, Ahad Malik, but there's no way he was ever going to get there. Trayvon Griffith, look at this. It's just incredible. Effortless, like we said. No run there on offer, though, for Neil Navrekar. I think that's going to be the key for him, pulling the length back, being onto stumps. Sweep comes out, goes through everything, misses the bat, misses Jaskar Malhotra, and they'll get through for a bye. We'll see what the leg. Yeah, that's the signal. It is a bye, and Jaskar Malhotra going to be disappointed with that. Kept all of Major League Cricket for the Los Angeles Knight Riders and kept quite well throughout that tournament. Going to be disappointed with himself for that bye, but good bowling, good comeback delivery from Neil Navrekar. Now bowl at Ryan Wiggins, who didn't look too comfortable against the spin of Bipul Sharma. Cuts this one just straight to the fielder, though. No runs on offer. No need to take any unnecessary risks if you are the Morrisville Raptors. Plenty of runs on the board. Just don't want to lose those wickets. Keep Dane P, Abhiram Bolasetti in the dugout for a little bit longer. Straight down the ground, cries of catch it. No one's gonna get there. Ryan Wiggins, welcome to minor league cricket. That's a 6 for him. Take a look at this. It's tossed up, pitched up, clears the front foot, and sends it straight back down the ground. No chance for Ahad Malik, who's seen 2 deliveries go over the rope near him. and he's now out there in the woods looking for the ball. But man, oh man, have these two put on a show so far for the Morrisville Raptors. Ryan Wiggins, again, part of the Morrisville franchise in 2021, didn't get a lot of playing time. Wasn't part of the squad in 2022, and he's showing why he should be a regular in this 11 here in 2023. 17 runs already to his name. A 4, 2 6s. Unable to get that one around. But this has just been incredible stuff from the Morrisville Raptors in this power play. And at the end of it, it's 64 for 1.
Took that last corner pretty quick.
Sir, I need one hand on the roof, one hand on the pump.
Timeout for Sunoco Go Rewards.
Keep pumping.
With new Sunoco Go rewards, when you fuel, you save because rewards come first.
Well, we'll get our first look here of Sarbjeet Ladda. Bowled quite well yesterday, started at the same spot as he did the first over after the conclusion of the power play, and Sarbjeet Ladda shined with the ball yesterday. Talk about 3 wickets for 32 runs in his 4 overs. Part of the champion MI New York side in Major League Cricket. Got to learn from the likes of Rashid Khan. But start off bowling to the left-handed Trayvon Griffith. Did most of his damage from this shallow end of the ground. This one staying a little bit low. First signs of that happening on this wicket. Haven't seen that much, but maybe some positive signs for Sarbjeet Ladda here.
Yeah, and Ladda's really someone who can change the game in the matter of an over. You know, he picks up a wicket, he picks up a couple of wickets quickly, and he is really the strike bowler here for the Baltimore Royals.
Just worked into leg side, and the call is for 2. Just going to settle for 1, though. But again, you can see the look straight away for that second run. But you mentioned it, Sarbjeet Ladda, he's someone who can take wickets in bunches. We saw wickets fall once he got the first one. Wickets started to fall for him. Think about the way he took Franklin Clement. And it's the googlies that are really terrific. It's that one that comes back in the wrong end. And I think that's also why you feel very comfortable with him bowling to a Trayvon Griffith. Because yes, he'll get the ball to turn back into him, but he has the ability to turn it a long ways away from Trayvon.
Yeah, and having both those variations, he is really a talented bowler, but more than that, with all his experience, he knows when to bowl which delivery, and the change-ups he wants to use, which can really make him so dangerous.
We'll be into Ryan Wiggins now. And there's the googly straight away to Ryan Wiggins, trying to see if he can get him looking differently, but just straight a little bit too short. Will work for 1 again. The Morrisville Raptors from here, the required run rate just at 7. So you just got to find your odd boundary, but got to make sure you're getting those singles. It's something we saw pretty consistently from the Baltimore Royals in their batting innings. A little work, no. The call's no. Direct hit would have been close. Would have been very, very close. Jasker Malhotra is on the ground. He is on the ground looking head in hands right now because he thought he had Trayvon Griffith gone.
Yeah, it would have been very close. We have a look at that again. Just tapped it away into the offside. Griffith, a bit of a slip. No, it would have been gone there, I think.
Well, also something to look at. Trayvon Griffith yesterday slipped quite a bit turning back. Here it is again today, and I thought maybe it's something to do with the Shiloh end. No, he's slipping on the Cedar Fork end of it. So maybe it's something to do with the shoes, as this one is run down to third man for one. As Sarbjeet Ludda's over comes to a one ball left in the over, but he's bowled well so far.
And as you said, a good over this is turning out to be. As we talk about the wind, there goes the food.
And nearly there went Ryan Wiggins as that closes out the 7th over. A good delivery to finish. It's 67 for 1.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस, इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट में क्या खूब खिले।
हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
Back at Church Street Park, where the wind is picking up, blowing back into the camera screen. So blowing from the Cedar Fork end to the Shiloh end, right in the face of myself, Oman Patel, and Jay L. Hans, who's in the commentary booth alongside Babar Beg, who is making this whole production possible. As Trayvon Griffith goes, and Trayvon Griffin, he's out. Is he out? No, his finger hasn't lifted. You see Trayvon Griffith saying, it has hit my arm there. Bipul Sharma's convinced. Jaskar Malhotra's convinced. Eyeing daggers into the heart of umpire Alvin Barnett, but he was unmoved. Let's take a second look at this one, Jay. Interesting. I think it's close. I think it's very close. I think he's going to say it's come off of the forearm. What's your thoughts?
Well, the Baltimore Royals fan in me says that's definitely some glove on it. But
what's the neutral side of you saying over here, Jay?
Yeah, I think that was definitely close. Either on the glove, maybe just on the forearm.
Maybe just the benefit of the doubt.
Need some slow-mo for that.
Need some snicko like we saw in Major League Cricket, but I think the benefit of the doubt just going to the batter there from Alvin Barnett. And I think if we were to ask him, I think that's what he'd say. I'm not sure if it came off the forearm or the glove, and when you're not sure, the rule in cricket is, as a bowler, that hurts me to say, but you go with the batter, and Bipul Sharma is just not going to be happy about that. He's an intense character on the field, and when he thought he struck, when he thought he had that big breakthrough, get another look, just too close to tell. But you see the whole team was ready to rule it a wicket. I think we were ready to rule it a wicket. But Alvin Barnett says no. No run there for Ryan Wiggins. And again, Bipul Sharma in for Neil Navricker. Interesting decision there, as Dio didn't do much wrong against Trayvon Griffith, but just it seems like he's staggering the bowlers here. Jaskar Malhotra always thinking about which bowler he could bring on, likes to do a lot of, isn't a very follow the stock standard formula. He's more of, this is the way we want to play. What are the matchups? Let's keep the batters off balance. And Ryan Wiggins hasn't really found any real rhythm against Bipul.
In these last couple of overs, Baltimore just getting that momentum back towards them.
Into the leg side, and just one, but you mentioned it. You got to say that the momentum is back with Baltimore.
Yeah, Ludda over going for just 3. This one as well now, just 2 with a couple of balls to go.
With this last delivery here, I'm intrigued if Vipul Sharma can get his man. I think if he were to get Trayvon Griffith here, we're going to see the biggest celebration of the weekend here because he's felt he should have had him 5 balls ago. Nearly. You can see the start of the biggest celebration of the weekend, but it's just a dot ball to close out this 8th over as Justin Malota. Look at that, still having the conversation with umpire Alvin Barnett, but the 8th over goes 69 for 1.
वेलकम टू डैलेस हमारे मोहल्ले में आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है
बहुत शुक्रिया प्लीज
अरे आप भी समोसे
यू विल लव दिस समोसा सुना है मार्केट में नए आए हैं
ओए नए शे हम नहीं खाते हुए
नए माने
वो लक्ष्मी है ना
लक्ष्मी के फ्रोजन समोसे
जी हाँ, ऑथेंटिक पंजाबी टेस्ट वाले।
एक समोसा और
आपको नए वाले तो खाने नहीं थे
ओ यार ये तो लक्ष्मी है ना
Introducing Lakshmi Frozen Samosa range.
Sarbjeet back in here, Jay, as we welcome you to Church Park. 8 overs gone, 69 for 1. Last 2 overs gone for a combined 5 runs. As you mentioned, the Baltimore Orioles have got momentum back.
Yeah, and this is similar to what happened yesterday even with the Morrisville Raptors innings. They got off to a really good start, playing extremely well that top order. Back to that after this ball, which is just nudged away into the leg side before that single, but played really well up front. And then once the spinners came on, once you had Sarbjeet Ladda come into the game, Neil Narvekar, Vipul Sharma, that trio of spinners, then things really started to slow down for the Morrisville Raptors. After that, a couple of wickets falling as well, really adding to the pressure and the problems of the Raptors as they moved into the death overs. And the Royals would really be hoping for something similar here today.
Again, I think it's going to come from taking the wicket of Trayvon Griffith. I think that's the prize wicket at the moment. Thought they had it in the last over. Switch hit. This one's definitely come off the bat. And he's claimed to have taken it. Saying no. No. Who said yes? Has Alvin Barnett said yes? No one has said yes at the moment. And it's all confusion right now. Umpire Rahul Parthawarthan is asking Alvin Barnett, has he come down with it? It looked close, and it's come out of the left hand. That's also interesting to me. I'd maybe want to take another look at it, but let's see this. What's the decision going to be? There's no review system here. It's whatever they deem on the field. Usually you defact to the fielder's call, but when you have a view of it, Alvin Barnett already has one decision the Royals fans aren't going to like. Will he have 2? This is the long talk here. I think it's going to be benefit of the doubt going to the batter here, Jay. I think much to your dismay and all the Royals dugout, Alvin Barnett, he's walking away from Rahul Parthawarthan. Rahul Parthawarthan not letting him walk away. He's not ready to finish the conversation. Barnett is ready. Parthawarthan's not.
Barnett wants nothing to do with this at all right now.
Let's see where it goes. This is the biggest moment of the game. You'd have to feel with 91 runs required in the last 12 overs. How does this look? There's no way after this long of a conversation I feel you can give it out, Jay.
Well, I think it was really an excellent effort. We'll have to see if the catch was cleanly taken, but an amazing effort there, running in, taking that catch.
Oh, don't say taking that catch yet, Jay. Don't say that yet. We don't know. Oh my goodness, it's close. Look, they're back together. They're separating, they're coming back. Oh my goodness, this is the biggest moment of the game. Let's follow Rahul Parthawarthan here. And he said not out, and the Royals cannot believe it. Jaskar Malhotra cannot believe what he's seen. Sarbjeet Ladda cannot believe what he's just seen. Let's take a look at this. All right, Jay. It's definitely come off the bat. There's no question. Switch hit, top edge. Take a look at this. Going on to that second wicket. Oh, I think it's a good call. I think his hand was flat on the ground. It's so hard to tell, Jay, and I think, again, we're talking about benefit of the doubt. What's your take?
Yeah, Neil there, the fielder, he thought he had him for all money. Already celebrating, then looking back, no, not out. But yeah, certainly a very, very close call that.
I think what the conversation is going to be when I saw that, and maybe we slow it down later, but I think the biggest thing for me was I thought I saw the left hand flat on the ground with the ball touching the ground. And if you remember the not Stuart Broad, but rather the Mitchell Stark catch in the Ashes that was deemed not out because of the ball being on the ground. Even though you could claim maybe he had control, they claimed that because the ball is on the ground aiding the catch, that it was not out. I think that is what the one question for me would be. I think it's very, very close. I would have been happy either way you called it because I don't think there's a real right answer. Holy smokes. 2 big moments for Trayvon Griffith, given not out on 2 occasions for a catch. And the Baltimore Royals cannot believe Trayvon's gotten out of their grasp twice. Oh, that one's hit, and don't forget about that one. There's no chance of catching it. That's gone into the parking lot. And Ryan Wiggins with another 6 here, with his 3rd 6 of the innings, putting some authority.
Yeah, adding salt to the wounds there. A couple of chances, and now with a maximum.
Again, they're just looking out for the ball there, and again, Ryan Wiggins was an absolute smash. That was. Again, the Royals, you can see disheartened. You can see Bipul Sharma right now having a conversation with Rahul Patwardhan about, the catches. What are these catches? What are these not catches? And just take a look at this again. I got it. It's come off the top edge of the bat. We slow it all the way down. A brilliant effort here, diving forward. Take a look at the left hand. See, from my vantage point, Jay, it looks like that's come flat on the ground.
The only question is, were there a couple of fingers underneath that ball there as he landed on his left hand?
Well, there remain questions, Jay. Decision's not out. And some salt in the wound. This one, they're pushing for 2, and they're going to get 2 quite effortlessly and easily in the end. This is good running from the Morrisville Raptors, and again for the Baltimore Royals, I think they're going to say, man, how many times do we have to get Trayvon Griffith out? They feel they've had him out twice already.
Yeah, absolutely, and to a player like Griffith, who you really don't want to give any opportunities to, already a couple of chances there.
I'm sure that'll be a note of discussion in the team meeting after the match. This one staying low, just missing that off stump, and it'll close out the 9th over, 79 for 1.
What's up, Doug? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
Welcome you back to Church Street Park, and after the craziness of Trayvon Griffith and back-to-back overs, I think the Royals would just be happy to have a no Trayvon wicket. No Trayvon Griffith drama over here. I think that's what the goal would be. But they'll start off with a Trayvon Griffith celebration. That's going to be 4 runs. It didn't look like he completely got all of it, but when things are going your way, things are going your way, Jay.
Things are absolutely going Trayvon Griffith's way, this time through the leg side. And beats the man there out in the deep. So now some pressure on Bipul Sharma first up.
This time the sweep shot. Chance of a catch, doesn't get there. As he stopped the 4, yeah, he does. Actually really well done there to keep it away from the boundary rope. And you can see the applause from both Jaskar Malhotra and Bitpul Sharma. It was an interesting way to judge it. Didn't know if you should go forward or back, but he made sure that he at least saved a couple of runs.
And we have a look at the Baltimore Royals strategy today, going much fuller than yesterday. We saw yesterday them going a bit back of a length, going for runs there, especially off the back foot, with both the openers, Griffith and Kandaswamy. I'll get back to that after this ball, which is just nudged away. But both the openers really playing so well off the back foot. Those front foots just going for the dots, the singles. Today, they're going much fuller, or the Royals, but the Raptors openers and the number 3 as well, Ryan Wiggins, have adjusted so well for that to really score runs off those fuller deliveries too.
Yeah, it's been terrific to see for the Morrisville Raptors. I think that's been the one thing is, are they going to be able to adjust a new team in the sense of just a lot of new faces to be seen, loss of a lot of veteran leadership. So how quickly can you adjust to conditions? As this one is a quick single taken and gotten. Again, it's the running that we've grown accustomed to seeing from Trayvon Griffith and whoever his partner is. And again, really didn't look like there was a single on to be had, but Trayvon Griffith is going to make sure there was one.
Yeah, the good running between the wickets continuing here. We've seen the boundaries and maximums, but along with that, it's so important picking up those singles and twos, just keeping the scoreboard ticking, not allowing those dot balls to build pressure.
Flights it up again and pushed into the offside, and it's just one. Ryan Wiggins had no intention to come back for a second. Trayvon Griffin, though, he was ready for it. And Trayvon inches closer to his 50. Ryan Wiggins, though, has been, rather a bit of surprise there, Jay. I think, when you look at the way he's come about, number 3, first time here for the Raptors, and playing with confidence like this. This one, though, it's in the air, and it's all the way. One hand off the bat, doesn't matter. Ryan Wiggins, welcome to the party, and he's just making it last.
Making it last indeed, and what a way to finish the over off. One-handed, and he still got it such a long distance back.
Well, that's 10 overs gone, and at that halfway stage of this second innings, it's 94 for 1.
Took that last corner pretty quick.
Sir, I need one hand on the roof, one hand on the pump.
Timeout for Sunoco Go Rewards.
Keep pumping.
With new Sunoco Go Rewards, when you fuel, you save, because rewards come first.
Well, at Church Street Park, it's become the Trayvon Griffith and Ryan Wiggins show for the Morrisville Raptors. They're 94 for 1. The conclusion of 10 overs, a really good start, and when chasing just 161, I feel pretty confident about that. Paul Palmer, ball in hand. And starts off with a wide. It seems like they're really reaching into the bucket here to find their options. Paul Palmer, of course, playing with the New Jersey Stallions, who won the Atlantic Division each of the previous 2 seasons. Paul Palmer part of that side now with the Baltimore Royals. Hoping to take a wicket. He seems to be a guy who's going to keep things relatively simple, and that's, I think, what the Royals need. They don't need to go searching right now. I think they're able to, if they're able to keep it on stumps and gather some dot balls, they can claw their way back into the match. And maybe force the hand of a Trayvon Griffith or a Ryan Wiggins. Short, pulled away, and it's going to be 4. It was short, it was well down the leg side, it was going to at least be a wide. Trayvon Griffith made sure it was much more. Fine leg inside the ring, had no chance, and that's the 50 for Trayvon Griffith. Back to back, he's enjoying batting at Church Street Park and for the Morrisville Raptors. And his Raptors teammates are loving it, pulls it away, and again, the easiest way for him to get to 50, just off 33 deliveries. And you could hear the roars and the celebrations from the Raptors fans and the bench, loving what they're seeing out of their opener. On the offside, in the air, no fielder there, and man at long off isn't gonna get there. It's gonna be 4 more, and Trayvon Griffith, he's pouring it on now, making it look, what's the word, Jay? Very effortless.
Very effortless indeed, as he's on to 55 with that. We have a look at that again. Given some width, driven away beautifully that. And racing away to the boundary.
It's just a punch, he's not doing anything extraordinary. Big shout, maybe high, maybe down the leg side. They'll scamper by for a leg by. Paul Palmer not happy, Jessica Malother not happy. I'm not sure they're unhappy with this decision, but it's the previous decisions, I think, that are in their mind. I think that one hitting him high on that right foot, I think probably going high down the leg side.
Yeah, well, so Griffith now 55 from 35, and he's brought it down to nearly a run a ball now. So Royals, it'll be very interesting to see how they try and get back into this game, as that's just defended into the offside that. But we definitely have the spinners who could come in. I'd very much like to see Sarabjit Ladda get another couple of overs. He's still got a few left. You've got Bipul Sharma as well with 1 left. Neil Narvekar, he's just bowled 1. So get a couple of these players in. Spin has done well for you. Stick to that. Perhaps maybe even Ravi Inder Singh could come in.
Look at that delivery to close out the 11th over. A real good one from Paul Palmer. Maybe earns himself a second one. Take a look at this. The way, again, just a little bit of extra bounce, a little bit of movement away. Just avoids the outside edge. At the end of 11, it's 104 for 1.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस। इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले।
हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
Well, a bowling change here for the Baltimore Royals. It's Neil Narvekar. Going to be bowling into Trayvon Griffith. And just the push and the single, a misfield. The Royals, remember, sloppy in the field yesterday to start off, and now that the game feels out of reach, it feels like they've just kind of gone back to those bad habits that they let off in match 1.
really want to have some tight fielding there, try and create some pressure which can then lead to that wicket, which is very much necessary if Baltimore are to get back into this game.
Yeah, right. And Wiggins, 35 from 27. 4 sixes to his name, including the one-hander. Just tucks it away. And again, these two have seemed to have enjoyed batting together because I don't think either one has let the pressure really build. You have those 2 overs between Sarbjeet Ladda and Bipul Sharma that went for 5 runs, but after that, they at least found a way to get 1 boundary in every over. And obviously you do have the Trayvon drama and controversy that we'll call it, but these two have not allowed the pressure to build upon the Raptors and kept the Royals on the back foot, even through all the ebbs and flows that come with playing at Church Street Park. This one cut to nowhere, backed away quite a bit. Seemed like it didn't rise as much. Was having a word with Karthikeya Jagadish, was just around him when he was talking about the wicket and said could be a couple of balls that stay low batting from this end of the ground. So something to look for. This one rises and is through the offside. They'll get 1. And Jay, not all's lost for the Baltimore Royals if you were to lose today's game. You're going to talk about this is a team that won yesterday, right? You have those 2 points to open things off with.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, there's some really good players in this side, some very experienced players who've proved themselves around the world. And so we could very much see, you know, even with a loss, this team knows how to bounce back from that.
This one into the leg side. Calls for 2, Ryan Wiggins. And Trayvon Griffith decide to not go for it. But yeah, I think also from the Raptors' perspective, if they were to win today's game, you'd say, yeah, you dropped the first game, but you've seen, okay, we have our opening situation kind of figured out, right? And Abhiram Bolasetti, he's been very good for the team. So now you're just kind of figure out, okay, how's your spinners looking? Dane Pete still Dane Pete. Frank and Clement was great behind the stumps. We didn't get to see Mohamed Rashad yet, so maybe he comes in at some point. But you know, I think there are some positives for both sides to take away from, and coming back here next week. This one just pushed away, and that'll close out the 12th over. A good one for the Baltimore Royals. It's 107 for 1.
वेलकम टू डैलेस। हमारे मोहल्ले में आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है।
बहुत शुक्रिया, प्लीज।
अरे आप भी समोसे?
You will love these samosa. सुना है मार्केट में नए आए हैं।
ओए नए शे हम नहीं खाते हुए।
नए माने?
वो लक्ष्मी है ना?
लक्ष्मी के फ्रोजन समोसे?
जी हाँ, ऑथेंटिक पंजाबी टेस्ट वाले।
एक समोसा और।
आपको नए वाले तो खाने नहीं थे?
ओ यार, ये तो लक्ष्मी है ना?
Introducing Lakshmi Frozen Samosa range.
Paul Palmer to continue. Trayvon Griffith. We've seen this before at Church Street Park. This time, bigger and better. It's all the way for 6.
Yeah, an amazing shot that is, just using the pace that the bowler had to offer. And once again, that word, effortlessly hitting that away.
Yeah, we saw this in Minor League 2021 during the finals weekend, and how about that from Trayvon Griffith? He showed you the conventional way to score through covers, straight down the ground, the flick through mid-wicket. Now I'm saying, yeah, I can be a little unorthodox, a little inventive in my own right. Gets him way for 6, brings it just 48 required. And that'll make it 47 wide down the leg side, trying to go onto the legs and the pads of Trayvon Griffith. Just keeping the helmet on, even with himself being that bag. I think that shows you his plan to continue to bring spinners on.
Yeah, and it's interesting to see that they didn't get a spinner on from this end as well, with Narvakar's over going for just 3.
Low full toss, driven down the ground. They'll pick up 1. And I think this is the matchup that Justin Wells is going to look to exploit. We saw at the end of Paul Palmer's over, he bowled really well to Ryan Wiggins, was able to find a length, and I think that's going to be the reason that he's back in, is he feels that Paul Palmer's going to be the guy to get Ryan Wiggins out, who, if you can start taking wickets from one end, at least you're creating some pressure now on Trayvon Griffith to carry the load. Again, it's an out-run a ball at this stage of the match, and Ryan Wiggins has shown plenty of ability today. It's been a real bright spot for the Raptors. And Palmer walks out of it. Next weekend, though, Jay, Baltimore Orioles will be back here. You'll be back here. Glad that you'll be back out here and playing some teams from Florida. Got to see their first action here at Church Street Park. Oh, this one helped into the leg side. What a shot that is from Ryan Wiggins. Trayvon Griffith hits a 6. Ryan Wiggins says, "I'll match you one of my own."
And they're looking to finish this off in a quick fashion here. We have a look at that again. On the pads, just flicks it away and sailing over that deep square leg fielder.
Yeah, that's really a terrific shot from Ryan Wiggins. And remember, the winning runs yesterday were hit at the bench of the Morrisville Raptors by the Baltimore Royals. Well, Ryan Wiggins sends this one to the Morrisville Raptors bench in their dugout. So just a little bit of the turning of the table at the moment. 40 runs separate the Morrisville Raptors from what looks like an inevitable victory at this point, barring a huge over of wickets, which with Sarbjit Ludda in the team, you never really know.
Yeah, I think Ludda's got to come on now, because he is your main strike bowler, and he is the one man who can really turn this game around now for the Baltimore Royals.
Yeah, I think the Paul Palmer experiment didn't go the way that Jessica Malhotra would have liked. It felt like an experiment. You're just trying to see if you can get a guy that can come in and maybe take wickets. But yeah, I think Ludda should have been the guy bowling at this end. He's been bowling at this end a lot, and he's the guy you know can take a horde of wickets quickly, and you're going to need to do that. So I'm curious to see if he will bowl the next over, if they continue with Neil Navrekar, what the decision will be. Ryan Wiggins has moved into the 40s himself. This time unable to make contact, and Trayvon Griffith beats Jessica Malhotra to the ball. And Jessica saying, "Paul, you got to be behind the stumps there. We got to get this run out."
Yeah, got to continue piling that, or trying to pile that pressure on there, really, onto the Raptors. Trying to get a wicket, trying to claw their way back into this game are the Royals.
Yeah, it's been a really good weekend of cricket for minor league. We've seen matches happen on the West Coast and the Central. This one worked into the leg side, and of course on the East Coast, especially here at Church Street Park. And it's good to have minor league cricket back, Jay. We've had Major League, we've had the big expenditure, and that was really cool to be a part of and witness live. And next season we got to get you out to a couple of games next year. But my goodness, was Major League fun. But to have minor league, it feels only right. Missed it in June. Feels great to have it back in August.
Yeah, no doubt. It's great to have minor league back, and you know, it's really created this nice pathway as well that's really come into place with players doing well in minor league, getting selected for major league with that under 19 part of the draft as well.
No, absolutely, the under 23, and then also you have these players who like the Jessica Malhotra are getting picked up. Trayvon Griffith could be making the case for him to be picked up for next year's edition, as this one's worked into the leg side for 2 to close out that 13th over. It's 125 for 1.
What's up, Doug? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
Neil Navrekar to continue at Church Street Park, and it feels like an inevitable victory for the Morrisville Raptors. So this series will be split 1-1 on the weekend. It's lucky, Jay, we're lucky to have this game. Remember, it was scheduled for Friday, got washed out, so not sure if we were even going to get this match here, as this is pushed into the offside. But to get it, feel very fortunate. More minor league cricket, the better, the way I look at it. And, I think both teams got vital experience playing with each other.
Yeah, it's always great to have more cricket in those rescheduled games. As you said, right, we weren't sure if that game would be rescheduled. And, it's nice that it was.
Yeah, Ryan Wiggins, he's on 44, so again, with his debut for the Raptors today, and if he can get himself to 50, he'll feel very confident about being in the team in their next matchup. But Neo Navriker's bowled well. I mean, amongst all of the, kind of high scoring that's happened because of the Trayvon Griffiths of the world and the Ryan Wiggins of the world, he's quietly 2.2 overs, 14 runs. And he would love to just add a wicket of either of these two bats. Again, you're going to look through the moments in this game. You're going to think about the running from the Baltimore Orioles. That struggle there. You're going to think about, of course, the two Trayvon Griffiths would-be catches. And that shot there could be taken. Yeah, it is. Might be a little bit too late, but better late than never. Ryan Wiggins misses out on his 50, but Neo Navriker, we were just talking about, would have loved to cap his third over with a wicket. He does just that.
Yeah, and spin once again proving vital for the Baltimore Royals as they have picked up their second wicket, and perhaps that door's open just a bit for someone like Ludda to come in for the new batsman. You never know with the experience and talent he possesses. We have a look at that again. Full looking at it down the ground, and an excellent catch taken that by the man in the deep.
Yeah, excellent catch taken. Moved well over to his right, and we'll get another man making his debut for the Morrisville Raptors. It's Sarnam Patel. Played in Florida in season 1. Now a member of the Morrisville Raptors, and he's going to be pumped up, ready to go, a left-hander. So, for the Raptors, could be another thing where you're looking to, add some more lefties to your team. He'll join Trayvon Griffith. Not a lot of work left to be done, but he would like to be out there for the end of the match. And for the Baltimore Royals, I think you mentioned it, Jay, this is your opportunity. There's blood in the water. You got to smell it, and you've got to attack now. Have that wicket again. It's going to take a lot. Remember what the Morrisville Raptors had to go through yesterday. Taking that wicket of Jessica Malhotra felt a little bit late, but you felt, hey, maybe this could lead to something. Ended up being a last over finish, that matchup there. This could be fairly similar. It's 35 runs and 6.2 overs. So you're looking at just under a run a ball at the moment, but a couple of wickets here and there, a couple of slow overs can really shake up this match. Two lefties, and Neo Navriker would like to be bowling to that left-handed Sarnam Patel, the left-handed duo of Patel and Griffith.
When we have a look at the bowlers to come, you've still 6 overs to go. You've got Ludda, who's got 2, so surely he's going to bowl out. Navriker, he's still got 1 after this, so that's 3. We could see Bipul Sharma coming in if spin is really doing well. Otherwise, Derval Green still got a couple left. His first one a wicket made, and his second one a bit expensive, but if you bring him on from that other end, then he could really help out there. So they do have the bowlers here to the Baltimore Royals to really find a way back into this game.
Sarnam Patel pushes into the offside. We'll start off with a dot, but as you mentioned, there are the bowling option. I think it's going to be spin all the way through. That's what I would bet on, except for maybe a Derval Green can come in. Trayvon Griffith did take a liking to him. Didn't bowl to Trayvon Griffith in his wicket maiden. So something to note. Last ball here of the 14th. And they will take a single. So Sarnam Patel will retain strike. It's 127 for 2. Street Park. And there's still fans coming through the doors. How exciting is that to see on a hot day where maybe the match hasn't lived up to its fullest of expectations? And wow, it's Ravi Inder Singh. It's not Sarbjeet Ladda. And Sarna Patel takes it high into the leg side. Could be a chance. Would have been brilliant. Would have been brilliant. A great effort. Chance of a run out though. It's close. Finger stays down. Umpire remains unmoved. 2 chances of a wicket on that single delivery. Derval Green is going to go down as a drop, but it's really well done. Moving well to his left and a great diving effort.
And these are the types of things you really need to go your way. That catch taken, or that run out taking place. We have a look at that again. A bit off balance on that fuller delivery and out in the deep. Not able to take it. This one though just defended right back to Ravi Inder.
Coming back for 2, and maybe the 2 lefties prompting Jaskar Malhotra to keep Sarbjeet Ladda out. Oh, look at that. Smart, really well placed there from Sarnam Patel. We'll pick up a couple. So showing an ability to find gaps is Sarnam. Really promising signs for the young man. Just graduated from university. So we'll be excited about batting with Trayvon Griffith, and we'll see what the word he's having with Griffith is right now, but again, really smart. Just knowing that there's no fielder standing inside the circle of fine leg and just helping it along its way. Looks very comfortable out there. Again, tucked into the leg side, but straight to short mid-wicket. Again, if you're the Raptors, you want to see these newcomers, these youngsters, have an impact on the game. Sarna Patel goes high, very high. Fielders underneath it, and taken, no doubt about it. Sarnam, a couple of nice shots, and he's out. And does that throw another twist in the tail? The Royal Faithful, they are smiling once again because of Ravi Inder and this wicket of Sarnam Patel.
See, this is the power that the spin attack of the Royals possesses. Another wicket falling now, so 2 wickets in 2 overs. And Morrisville, they're also going to start to feel a bit of pressure. You know, the required rate still very much under control. You do have the batting to come, but that momentum we talk about is with the Baltimore Royals.
Momentum is a fickle thing. Cricket is a funny game, and we'll see how they look to attack the rest of this innings for the Morrisville Raptors. And it looks like the new batter is going to be Dane Pete, the captain, coming in to the middle. Again, this is a man who he'll like to say he has ice in his veins, a big fan of American sports and talks about great comebacks, and had a lot of them, had a lot of quick finishes last year. Starts off with a single to close out this 15th over. It's a good one for the Baltimore Royals as the wind picks up here. It's 132.
Took that last corner pretty quick.
Sir, I need 1 hand on the roof, 1 hand on the pump.
Timeout for Sunoco Go Rewards.
Keep pumping.
With new Sunoco Go rewards, when you fuel, you save because rewards come first.
Back here at Church Street Park, where things just got a little bit more interesting. 29 runs from 30 balls, another wicket's fallen, and Neil Navrekar, he's continuing. Still no Sarbjeet Ladda here today.
Yeah, Narvekar, he's picked up that wicket in the last over, but surely you'd want to have Ladda come in.
This one just pushed away by Dane Pete. Again, the task is not a tall one, but it gets ever more daunting with every passing wicket, every passing dot ball. But Trayvon Griffith still in the middle. You'll feel comfortable. And with the experience of Dane Pete and his ability to do things like that, just rotate strike. It's a run a ball at the moment. 28 more required, and I think you're right, Jay. I think Captain Jaskar Malhotra has heard you from here begging for the spin for a couple of overs now, and now he's gone a full spin attack. It's what's been effective on this wicket, what's been hard to play.
And that plan has seemed to work for the Royals.
Tucked into the leg side, just going to be a run out there, but this is, again, it's going to be about the wickets if you're the Baltimore Royals. You're not going to win this thing because the Raptors won't score the runs. They're going to score these runs in these overs, but you got to take wickets. It feels like you're going to have to get them all out, or at least get them to 7-9 down. But you can see the intensity is back for the Baltimore Royals, something I thought we missed for quite some time in the middle period. Now that they see the game is back within their reach, you can see fielders up, alert. Everyone's on the same page again. This one cut away. Fielder in place. Keep it to 1. It looks like we're in for another last over finish here. Clouds have moved into place, covering up the sun, giving us a break from the heat for a bit. Breeze circling through. This one hit in the air, leg side, fielder there, it won't matter. That one's in the bleachers. Trayvon Griffith, he's putting on an absolute display. It's 6 more.
Yeah, an excellent shot that from Trayvon Griffith, and we were just talking about the momentum back with the Royals, but just then Trayvon Griffith with another maximum.
Again, taking another look, it's pitched up, he's met the sweep, he loves to play that sweep shot, and just look at the power on that one, all the way to the bleachers. That ends the 16th, 141 for 3.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस, इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले।
हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
Back here at Church Street Park, he's heard you again, Jay. It's Sarabjit Ludda into the attack, looking to take a wicket here. Can he get Captain Dane Pete and get the rest of this order out into the middle? Pulled away, we'll get 1, bring Trayvon Griffith onto strike, and again, the leg spinner into the lefty, who's moved into the 70s, just 19 runs separating the Raptors from their first win of this 2023 Sunoco Minor League Cricket Championship. Remember the Raptors in the playoffs last year, falling to the New Jersey Stallions once again. We're looking to right the wrongs of last season. This one pushed into the offside, just the one. Again, it's just smart batting. They had that 1-6 that gives them a lot of leeway in the context of the game and in the context of dot balls. Don't have to take any huge risks against Sarabjit Ludda. And I thought that was why he should have pulled that previous over, Jay, because of the fact that it's 29 off of 30. You just lose a wicket, and now you have to face Sarabjit Ludda. Pressure on. Huge shout, given wide. Justin Malhotra can't believe it. Dane Pete saying there's no way it's come off me. You can see the conversation there. Jessica saying, did it not come off your thigh pad? Dane said, no, it didn't come off of it. So Rahul Partwar then puts the hands up. This one staying low off the pads. It comes back onto the stumps. It's another wide from Sarbjeet Ladda. He's got to fix it. I know he's searching for that wicket. Jay wouldn't be surprised to see the googly come out now. He's bowled 2 down the leg side, trying to turn it back away. Oh, but he spun it right that time. That's the best ball he's bowled all day, Jay.
Yeah, you can never tell with Sarbjeet Ladda which way he's gonna go. And another excellent ball that. So have a look at this over now and the equation after this ball.
Oh, this one looks pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, he's giving him. Dane's got to go. The equation takes another turn. This one just staying a little bit straighter. Hit him on the back pad. Quick to raise the finger, Rahul Partwardhan. And again, is there another twist? The captain goes.
The 4th one down now. Sarbjeet Ladda once again bamboozling batsmen. What a delivery that is. Hits him plumb in front of the stumps. And Ladda, he'll certainly celebrate that. The 4th one down, the captain walking back. Still another 16 runs needed, 3.5 overs to go.
You got to score the runs here. You got to score the runs. And again, Sarbjeet Ladda, he's a wicket-taking bowler. He's that wicket-taking option. And just again, surprising that you didn't see. I thought he's in an over too late to me, Jay. I thought with, like we said, 29 from 30, having the wicket just fallen. Now you put him on there. Now you can maybe make it, instead of it being what it was, 20 from 24, maybe it's 26 from 24 because it's Sarbjeet Ladda and there's another wicket down. But all that is hindsight. Ladda's got a couple of deliveries left in the over. He'll be bowling to Mohammad Abdullah Shah, another one of these youngsters for the Morrisville Raptors, part of the squad for Morrisville in both of the previous editions. Hasn't really gotten many opportunities. He's been behind the stumps with the gloves today. Did a good job, you'd have to say, behind it. Now in front of it, he's got the bat. Can he deliver these 16 runs alongside Trayvon Griffith? Slip in place, an attacking field set. I like it here, Jay. You know you got to take wickets. There's a slip, short cover. Big shout, big shout. I think probably going down leg. But this is the pressure that Sarbjeet Ladda brings on to a new batter.
Yeah, new batter, a young batter, and having to face Sarbjeet Ladda for his first delivery, that is definitely going to be tough out there.
Very tough indeed. He's a free-flowing player who locally bats usually a lot higher up the order. He's batted a lot of opening spots, one-down spots, but in a new role for him, with one delivery left, you just like to see it through, you'd have to imagine. This one in the air for a moment. No mid-wicket inside the ring. They're pushing for 2 and they'll get it quite easily. Might have been a little edgy, but you can hear the Raptors camp. They're all behind Mohammad Abdullah Shah. That'll bring it close to the 17th over. 147 for 4.
हमारे मोहल्ले में आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है।
बहुत शुक्रिया, प्लीज।
अरे आप भी समोसे?
You will love these samosa. सुना है मार्केट में नए आए हैं।
ओए नए शे हम नहीं खाते हुए।
नए माने?
वो लक्ष्मी है ना?
लक्ष्मी के फ्रोजन समोसे?
जी हाँ, ऑथेंटिक पंजाबी टेस्ट वाले।
एक समोसा और।
आपको नए वाले तो खाने नहीं थे?
ओ यार, ये तो लक्ष्मी है ना?
Introducing Lakshmi Frozen Samosa range.
It's getting tight here at Church Street Park. Feels like Morrisville magic might be coming out. It's 14 from the last 3 overs. We just saw Sarbjeet Ladda dismiss the captain Dane Pete, but Trayvon Griffith still in the middle. He's 74 off 44. He's played brilliantly. The new man, Mohammad Abdullah Shah, will be at the non-strikers end. And it'll be, it looks like, Bipul Sharma with the ball in hand, going to the experience. Again, it's going to be spin from here on out. Would be surprised to see anyone else. Does beg the question, who does bowl the last? You have 1 over left of Sarbjeet Ladda. This is the last for Bipul Sharma. So So you have the 18th and 19th covered. Is it Ravinder Singh or do you go Durwell Green if it gets there? This one pushed for one. Thought about two, but they'll just settle. No real opportunity to get two on that occasion. And so now Mohamed Abdullah Shah is going to be tested. We saw a slip come in play for Sarbjeet Ladda when he was facing. It doesn't seem like he's going to bring a slip in here. This is a big moment in the match, Jay.
Yeah, big moment indeed. Bipul Sharma here, the captain last season. Into bowl.
Taking his time. You can see adjusting the field. He likes just... He does want the slip. He does bring the slip in play. And you can see him just, again, adjusting the field. Likes to move every player a couple of inches, every delivery. He's always wondering about the angles and trying to outthink. Push to short cover. No run there. It's tense moments for Mohamed Abdullah Shah. Not a lot of runs on the board, but you don't want to lose your wicket. You want to find your place into the 11-2. Playing in place of Frank and Clement today. Big sweep, big shout, finger goes, fingers up, and another wicket for the Baltimore Royals. We talk about twists in the tail. Is it falling apart here for the Morrisville Raptors?
It might just be 5 down now, and they've lost a few wickets in quick succession. We talk about the spinners striking, and there's Bipul Sharma. Going full, looking for that sweep, misses it completely.
And that one's staying very, very low. We talked about it. When you're batting at the shallow end of the ground, we heard it earlier that there might be a couple of spots where the ball stay low. That one definitely stayed low, but you have to question the shot selection from Mohamed Abdullah Shah. You don't need any big swipes across the ground. You just need to keep runs flowing. Just get the ones, get the twos. A simple flick through mid-wicket could have sufficed, but it'll bring out Abhiram Bolasetti, part of the under-21 team of the tournament last season for his exploits with the bat. Scored 44 here on July 4th weekend. Just 22 deliveries, so we know he can score quickly. It's not going to be about how fast he can score. It's more so how long can he stay in there, and can he just keep the strike moving.
You know, July 4th weekend last year, a couple of other things also happened with the likes of the super overs.
2 super overs, a last ball finish.
Perhaps another one on the cards.
Well, there's 12 runs separating us from a super over right now, and the wickets are tumbling at the moment. Again, Abhiram Bolasetti, the once member of the USA Under-19 team back in 2021. That Under-19 team, of course, never got an opportunity to play due to the COVID restrictions. Just defends it away. This is going to be what the smart thing is here. Again, just look for Abhiram Bolasetti to turn the wrists on one of these if it's on his legs. No man at fine leg. And defends it away again. Abhiram Bolasetti being sensible, and just like that, Jay. It's 13 from 13 with 1 delivery to go.
You know, the fight back from the Royals has been incredible that we've gotten to see over the last few overs, and once again Bipul Sharma making some changes to his field for the final ball. You've got deep square leg and deep mid wicket, those two fielders switching.
Well, you gotta love the mind games here. He's left mid wicket wide open. I think he's gonna dare Abhiram to turn it into the leg side. Gonna try to get one to stick in the wicket, find a leading edge, and asking for that return catch here. And sensibly defended away to end the 18th over. It's 13 from 12, 148 for 5.
What's up, Doug? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
Welcome you back to Church Street Park, where things have just suddenly gotten interesting, much to the delight of the Baltimore Royals faithful and J.L. Hans. 13 from 12, 5 wickets down on the Morrisville Raptors, and Sarabjit Ludda with his final over, 3 overs, 19 runs a wicket. He'd love to make it 2, and especially if that second one is Trayvon Griffith. See what he has in store for the left-hander on strike. Cut away, just going to be 1, and so now the youngster, Abhiram Bolasetti, he's going to have his work cut out for him, because Sarabjit Ludda, he's one of the best leg spinners in the country, selected in that Major League domestic draft, part of that champion MI New York side. Again, worked a lot with Rashid Khan in that camp. I've seen him up close and in person. Very experienced. And it's 12 off 11, so you can't just sit the rest of the over. And look at the attacking nature of this field. Short cover, short mid-wicket. There's a third man and a point inside the ring for if Abhiram wants to go with that slog sweep. He hits awfully well. Casey mishits that one. 2 fielders there for that. Jaskar Malhotra, remember, captain of the Morrisville side in 2021, having just a word about how Ludda should attack Bolasetti. Bolasetti, changed batsman, it seems, since 2021. Hit straight back. Holy smokes, Abhiram Bolasetti. Talk about not caring about the moment. 6 runs, takes the best bowler of this Baltimore Royals side, takes the strike bowler down the ground, straight back, 6 runs, and makes it just 6 from the remaining 10.
A huge blow that is. As we have a look at that again, Ludda giving it some flight and straight in Bolasetti's arc that one. He's hit it a long way back.
Talking about ice in the veins, Abhiram Bolasetti tries again, misses this time. No need for that though. Can't get carried away here. You've hit 1. I'm sure the hometown hero would love to hit 1 in front of the home crowd. Finish the game off in style, especially against Sarabjit Ludda. But cannot lose his wicket after this. You're going to look at the likes of Aditya Padala to come in to bat. Rashesh Behera, Everroy Dyer. So you're going to want to hold on to your wicket here. Short, in the air. And it's beat the fielder. It's going to be 4. Abhiram Bolasetti, he's taken Sarabjit Ludda on. He got 1 too full. This time 2 short and took advantage of it both times. Again, just far too short from Sarabjit Ludda. Far too easy. That fielder never really a chance. Make it just 2 required for Abhiram Bolasetti and the Morrisville Raptors. Bolasetti brilliant with the ball today, remember. Took his first wicket of this 2023 edition with the bat. Has a 4, has a 6. 2 to go. Flighted, hit up, could be taken. Probably should be taken. It won't get there. It won't get there, and it'll be 1, and the scores are level. And Jay, now you need 5 wickets for your super over.
Well,
or 7 dot balls.
7 dot balls, that's also true there. Will be a bit tough though.
And you could, I feel if you're Sarabjit Ludda, he's just saying, I got it, I had it. That one goes nowhere beyond the 30-yard circle, but he mid-off had just been moved up to be more attacking. Long on was still all the way back, and it just landed straight in no man's land.
The question here though, Griffith, 1 run needed, final ball of the penultimate. Will he finish it off here?
Interestingly enough, there's going to be a long on and a cow corner. Both out in the deep with 1 run remaining and a huge gap through covers. So Gunnar has to be a ball on the legs here. And he squeezed it through covers. And that's going to be it. Trayvon Griffith, he's hit the winning runs today, 77 from 47. And the Morrisville Raptors walk away with a 5-wicket win to get their first points and their first win of this 2023 Sunoco Minor League Cricket Championship.
Yeah, an amazing performance there from the Morrisville Raptors. a comprehensive victory, 5 wickets with an over to go. And leveling those scores. Yesterday, the Royals picking up a win. Today, though, it's the Raptors' day.
And it was led by Trayvon Griffith, 77 from 47, remains not out. You'd have to imagine your player of the match for his innings. Ryan Wiggins also was terrific in his first game for the Morrisville Raptors, 44 from 37. And then Abhiram Bolasetti, what he did at the end with that 4, with that 6, 11 off 7, not going to turn heads on that scorecard, but a really important cameo for Abhiram.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, they started off really well to the Morrisville Raptors despite losing Kandaswamy early. You had that big partnership, and then after that, Baltimore Royals fighting their way back, but in the end, it's once again Trayvon Griffith and, as you said, Abhiram Bolasetti with that cameo who have finished it off for the Raptors.
And for the Royals, you talk about Sarbjeet Ladda, 4 overs, 32 runs, a wicket to his name. Narvekar was good as well, 424 and a wicket. The spin was king. Bipul Sharma had a wicket as well. But we appreciate everyone for tuning in to this week of minor league cricket. We thank you so much for joining us at Church Street Park. For myself, Oman Patel, for J.L. Hans, thank you. And for Babar Beg, who is running all this production, making sure all this is possible. We thank you for joining us, and we can't wait to see you back here at Church Street Park. Just like that, tee off. As this one outside edge, cries of catch it, but no one there to do it. It'll be 4 runs, not the most. Wide again, and this time through the covers, hold the pose, Trayvon Griffith. That's a photo. Enriched with the green grass. Again, that delivery there is Royals early and often. And this one, it's taken from Jaskaran Malhotra and Derval Green. He's got wicket. Wide again, slash that again. Fielder coming around and won't be able to get there. It's a really good effort. Over and 2. And Ryan Wiggins goes high and he goes long. It's a 1 bounce 4. We talked about him needing, but now it's about getting through this over. Another one in the air, and it's going to beat the man running at mid-off, and is going to beat him all the way. Ryan Wiggins pulls that one away. It's sat up. And has he gone that one all the way? Right after that, he loses his wicket. This one wide down the leg side, just a hand to it from Malhotra, but unable to keep it away from the boundary. El Pacer gets this one onto the bat of Trayvon Griffith, and he's gotten it through the gap inside the ring. Chase being given, and Chase failed. It's 4 runs. Trayvon. And that's a good ball, but look at that, driven straight back down the ground. And what a sight in cricket. No better sight than a straight. Gets this one through the covers, and Chase being given a good effort out there, but he won't stop it. Straight down the ground, cries of catch it. No one's gonna out of their grasp twice. Oh, that one's hit, and don't forget about that one. There's no chance of catching it. That's gone. Trayvon wicket. No Trayvon Griffith drama over here. I think that's what the goal would be. But they'll start off with a Trayvon Griffith celebration. That's going to be 4 runs. It didn't look like he first time here for the Raptors. And playing with confidence like this. This one, though, it's in the air. And it's all the way. One hand off. Ryan Wiggins. Short, pulled away, and it's going to be 4. It was short. It was well down the leg side. It was going to at least be a wide. Trayvon Griffith made sure it was much more. Fine leg inside the ring. Had no chance. And that's the... Paul Palmer to continue. Trayvon Griffith. We've seen this before at Church Street Park. This time, Church Street Park. Oh, this one helped into the leg side. What a shot that is from Ryan Wiggins. Would-be catches. And that shot there could be taken. Yeah, it is. Might be a little bit too late, but better late than never. Ryan Wiggins misses out on his 50. Have an impact on the game. Sarna Patel goes high, very high. Fielder's underneath it and taken, no doubt about it. Sarnam a couple of nice shots and he's out. And does that throw another twist in the tail? The Royal faithful, they are smiling. This one hit in the air, leg side fielder there, won't matter. That one's in the bleachers. Trayvon Griffith, he's putting on an absolute display. It's 6 more.
An excellent shot that from Trayvon Griffith, and we were just talking about the momentum back with him after this ball.
Oh, this one looks pretty good, Yeah, he's giving him. Dane's got to go. The equation takes. Playing in place of Franklin Clement today. Big sweep, big shout, fingers up, and another wicket for the Baltimore Royals. We talk about hit straight back. Holy smokes, Abhiram Bolasetti. Talk about not caring about the moment. 6 runs, take short in the air, and it's beat the fielder. It's gonna be 4. Abhiram Bolasetti, he's taken sub.
Took that last corner pretty quick.
Sir, I need one hand on the roof, one hand on the pump.
Timeout for Sunoco Go rewards.
Keep pumping.
With new Sunoco Go rewards, when you fuel, you save because rewards come first.
You're watching the Sunoco Minor League Cricket Championship, brought to you by our 2023 partners.